Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to a Let's Play on the Ottoman Empire. That, after some thinking, I finally figured out what I wanted to do with. It was one of the suggested countries to play as across my videos, alongside places like Brazil. We had areas over here in Africa, such as Sokoto. I believe the Lake Victorian countries down here, which I definitely want to give a go at some point. But yeah, we're doing the Ottoman Empire today, also known as the Sick Man of Europe, where we're gonna have to do all the Tanzimat reforms if we don't want to become an unrecognized power. I've played the Ottoman Empire before, but I have not played it since they added this change where the intelligentsia get a 100% political strength bonus. So that's neat. And I think I kind of know how I want to do this after looking it over for a while. There's a lot of different reforms to do, but they did make a few changes since. Egypt now starts as a protectorate to the Ottoman Empire with a very high liberty desire instead of completely independent. So that means they're in our market, but that also means we can do something really, really fun. But first we need to get Romanticism, the stock exchange, and currency standards. Normally I would go for Empiricism third when doing this kind of thing, but one of the reforms requires us to get per capita taxation. That would be our bureaucratic reform, which quite literally reduces our bureaucracy and taxation capacity by 25% until it's gone. That needs to go as soon as possible. A few other things we have to do at the start. We are going to actually raise our government and military wages back to normal because the negatives to our prestige are not helpful, and we're actually going to need the army right off the bat, and you will see why in just a few minutes. Grab services. We are actually 1.2k total. I will leave that for now. Having to think my way through this. There are a few countries we want to be friends with. France, Britain, and for now, Austria, because Russia will never like us and we're never going to like them. I don't need Austria joining a war. That's a land war. That would be really bad. It would stretch our lines too much. France should be easy to befriend. And Britain already starts out cordial with us. We do have a grain pricing issue, so we definitely want to trade with China. We are in position to do that because Egypt is in our market. We have the access from the Red Sea, but we also have the access from the Persian Gulf to trade with Qing over here. So it won't take that many convoys per level for just grain if we only trade in grain. Also, I'm trying to see where else we want this. Probably South Germany, so when the German war, leadership war starts, we can jump in on that. Maybe Central Asia. I don't think we'll get involved in the revolt that happens there against Russia, but we'll leave the option open. And then Brazil, because we need to be able to trade in coffee. Dixie, because usually the US is willing to trade with most people. Usually, keyword. They might not trade with us. And I guess just Iberia. We have enough interest to stay in contact with France. Actually, no, the Rhine, because Belgium usually has iron to sell early on. That can make a nice import. Oh. Excuse me, I hit the unpause button by mistake. We're not ready to do that yet. Hang on now. Because we are going to want to build probably at least 2 more construction sectors. And then try to start getting some of our own iron production going in a few states here. Let's see, what else did we need to do? We are going to start a war against Tigray. And this is where the army part comes in, because we are going to try to make Egypt join against us. Because normally we have a truce with Egypt for about 4 years until 1840. But if we attack Tigray and Egypt joins against us because of how much they dislike us from the start, we can accelerate that timer, skip straight to making them into puppets. Because right now Egypt has 98 divisions at the start, or battalions, and we have 159. So in a war like that, we easily win, and none of the great powers are involved in this, so there's nothing they can do to stop us. Let's see. Then there are movements. We definitely want to weaken the absolutist movement. This is primarily because they want to maintain the traditionalist economic system and the hereditary bureaucracy. We hate both. We don't want either. We want them both gone. And so we're gonna suppress the absolutist movement to make sure it doesn't grow. Because right now, if we don't suppress it, it'll grow to 12% of the country. But if we suppress it, it'll be 7%. And then we are gonna change our government to add the rule folk in. Because there's a whole mess of laws we need to change. But the first thing we're going to do, and this might be a little weird because maybe we'd want to, end serfdom, restrict the slave trade, switch off peasant levies, end hereditary bureaucrats. We are going to change our citizenship law first. For a few reasons. The primary reason is because a lot of our pops at the start, approximately almost 40% of them, start off with violent hostility, which only guarantees there's going to be a lot of radicalism growing in the country over time, which is really, really bad. If we change over our citizenship law, it is not going to immediately make them all leave violent hostility, but this minus 40% wage will become minus 30%. It'll make it a little less worse. And those who do religiously convert to our state religion will get to either cultural erasure or open prejudice, depending on if they're living in their own homeland or not. That will reduce the negatives further. They'll still be under negatives. But the idea with this reform is to just kind of stabilize things, make it to where we don't have to worry about as much radicalism, because we are going to get a few events that cause radicalism, and we need to take preventative measures. We're also going to wait for the peasant movement to show up, and then we're going to boost that one, because that will actually try to change a lot of things that we want to change. And let's see, one more thing we're going to do. We're not going to do it right away. Are we going to do it right away? I am actually going to use a different power block, which is going to be a little weird. I'm just not sure if I want to change it right away at the game's start, because Sovereign Empire is a pretty good one. I really do enjoy vassalization, but we're not going to be using that today. I mean, if we change it now, is there a consequence? We'd have to let a day take first to get to great power. People would get upset when we form it, but our cohesion is going to be in the dirt no matter what we do anyway. Yeah, let me let the day tick here. We're a great power now. And we're a great power because the prestige negative we were suffering from low government wages is gone, which is nice. And the Sunni ulama are already giving us a decree cost. Yes, right. The Sunni ulama are a bit unique for religion. If they like you, they give you a decree cost reduction. So that's pretty neat. And if they love you, they will help conversion rate, which is, that's nice, especially if you combine it with other things. We are going to leave it. Does that actually... And then we are going to form not a trade league, not a military treaty, or an ideological union for, faster change through a creative legislature. We're going to do a religious convocation, because I've decided, why not do a weird Ottoman game where we reform the country of the intelligentsia, but also have a really powerful Sunni ulama and just try to spread the Sunni religion while having lots of subjects. Kind of reassert the empire, reestablish it. And I actually want to use both these principles, divine economics and sacred civics. And divine economics has had a hilarious change at level 3, where you will get a 25% wage increase for everyone who follows the state religion, on top of the 10% bonus from the state religion law. So that's 35% right there. And in sacred civics, if you have it really high, you can impose the same church and state law on bloc members, and allegedly they'll have a higher diplomatic proposal acceptance chance and reduce liberty desire if they're the same religion. And religious convocation allows you to forcefully change someone's religion. It also gives you a 33% conversion rate increase, so if we combine that with the Sunni ulama's conversion, we can get this really high. Between the two, the one we'd probably want more, I kind of want to say maybe we'd want sacred civics first, but then I realized that probably doesn't matter too much. We'd probably want to make the clergy strong first. So what we'll do is divine economics 1 here. Have that all set up and good to go. Oh, I didn't do it. It is going to upset the others who are following a power block, but this is why I want to do it right away, because France and the US do not start with power blocks. So if we do this now, they will not care. They will not care. And I don't really know what to form this into. There's so many options you have. I guess we should have a crescent, maybe. But I never really know what to actually form this into in the end. Although that seems fitting. This part makes sense to me. That part makes sense. The statue, I just randomize. You know what? We'll just go with that one. I don't know what he's doing, but he's the statue now. Pact of the Straits. That's kind of fitting, because we are kind of sitting on the straits right here. You know what? I'm going to add that for now. We can change it at a later point at any time. Russian attitude worsened, Russian attitude improved, British attitude changed. Okay, so now they're cooperative instead of protective. That makes sense. Oh, wait. It changed. Not worsened. I was like, okay, they're no longer protective. They got upset with us. No. Even though our relations with them dropped to neutral, they got so happy about our Russian relations getting even worse, because now it's cold, that they're like, man, you guys are great. You want to be cooperative buddies? Request military assistance. Ooh, that'd be cool. I don't think they'd ever do it, but that'd be cool. We have shared rivals. Ooh, okay. Well, anyway, we'll build up relations with them as time goes on. This should get better. So now, we're actually not going to mobilize the army yet. We want to appear kind of weak and uncertain. We're going to let time kind of flow forward a bit here. Let our iron usage start ticking in. That actually reminds me, there was a few things I forgot to do here. The game setup always takes long. I need to reduce tariffs on grain, and then obviously reduce tariffs on iron and tools, because we're going to need those. Why are we at only 16.2? I just realized that's not... Ah, I see. We're struggling to find people. Fair enough. Let's import from Belgium. And then tools we could actually import from the Austrians. And grain we'll import from Chang. We could import it from Russia, but if Russia cuts us off later, that's going to cause a standard of living shift that I really don't want to try and afford. Ah, the dogs have seen their daily. Austria has a... Wow. Okay, so my strategy is already failing. Austria has already rivaled us, and so has Prussia. Okay. Let's just keep trying to build up relations with the Austrians anyway. And I guess let's build up relations with, the US. Ah, there it is. Egypt has sided with Tigray as hoped. So now we are going to add regime change to Egypt. I don't really actually care that much about Tigray and Shewa and all that in the Ethiopian region. We're just doing this to knock Egypt down to size. We could, if we really wanted to. We could also add some return state goals. I suppose there's no reason not to for some of them. They're very cheap. We might as well, right? That would give us some more strength to utilize. Yeah, we might as well. Adana and Aleppo, those are decent-ish states. And then Syria does not have any mines. I'm kind of prioritizing the areas that have mines, although Aleppo was more of just to make it look nice. I guess if we treat them agriculturally, it also makes sense. Let's do Syria and Lebanon, just to make it look nice on the map. I have no reason to suspect that they will surrender. They should go ahead and fight us for this. Also forgot I need to look at our commanders here. Okay, no intelligentsia. What about the Navy? Intelligentsia. Look, the guy is inept. The guy is inept. But he's got spirit. If this isn't a political appointment, then I don't know what is. I don't know what is a political appointment if that one isn't. We are going to go ahead and upgrade the army as well, because a lot of them are sitting as irregulars. And while that does run the risk of, hey, they're going to be more expensive, we do need to reform the army by modernizing it with Napoleonic warfare. Actually, yeah, we can't have irregular infantry, I just noticed it there. But this is just to ensure our victory. They're confident right now, so they're not really going to surrender. That might change to uncertain, but I have no reason to suspect that will lead to their surrender. We'll let a few months tick by here. We're going to go into a deficit for this, but that's fine. Whispers of insurrection. So either the Orthodox in southern Serbia get upset, or I crack down on it for 5 infamy and make Russia upset. me. So radical voices may take matters into their own hands. Let's take the risk. I don't know what the event can lead to, or rather, I don't remember. Britain is going after China for a treaty port. We're just going to ignore it. We're not there for that. And the war has begun, so this shouldn't be too difficult. Because as time goes on, more and more of the army will have modernized. Our concern is our growing expenditure, but I can't afford to raise taxes right away. This is going to be very expensive and kind of wipe out our supplies. You know what? Equality starts here. What is the gentleman? Oh. Is he gone? Is he leading someone else? Where'd he go? Is he part of the rule folk? Oh, he's part of the rule folk. Okay, fair enough. Who is now led by a traditionalist, so it's messing up the government. God. Wow, we're really acing it tonight. Or today. What time is it? It's like morning. Anyway. We're kind of just steamrolling Egypt here. We'll just knock them out, and we'll actually quickly just take the lower half of the army out just to slow expenses down. The Greek national movement's formed. Oh yes, movements. The peasant movement has formed. Excellent. We'll just use that then. We'll kind of bolster it here. 20%, jeez. And let's add another... Well, I guess another tax won't really do much. We just need to end the war, really. A flood? That won't do. I'd like to get more than 30 construction going, but I really need to make this war end first and foremost. So racial segregation will pass soon, so that'll bring a little bit of stability to the empire. We have a shortage of iron, but Egypt has fallen. Shortage of tools as well. It's not really a surprise. Kind of just activate our trade for that. Our standard of living is kind of neutral. Like, it hasn't really shifted since we started. I guess we'll start incorporating them. It's going to knock our bureaucracy down a bit, but we're just going to kind of have to. And then, see, can I force you to join the war? I can, so I might as well do that just to knock out Tigray. We started a war for it. We might as well take it. And with the Egyptian army on our side now, it should be an easy win. There we go. So what that should now do, if we go to our society here, it is telling us that there are some pops now who are actually going to go up in standard of living, or acceptance. But a lot of them now have a lower wage negative, so what will hopefully happen is a lot of these destitute pops won't be so destitute anymore. At least enough to bring some stability. Let's see, is the peasant movement, it's at 11%, absolution is at, or absolutist is at 6. Serfdom, 40% is not great. So what we'll do next then is either appointed bureaucrats maybe. Actually, I have an idea. Let's just switch to legacy slavery, because that's going to reduce the landowner political strength bonus by 25%. And they won't stop us, so it's an easy change. And that'll just give time for them to get over whatever's upsetting them, I guess. Oh, they're just powerful. That's it. They're just powerful, so they're upset. Fair enough. I think it goes for a lot of people. Let's actually... go ahead and do one of these. Oh, that's the wrong button. That's for 10. Alt-click. My bad. We're gonna go ahead and build at least one tool workshop so we're not just importing all of our tools and running out. There we go. We are planning to eventually annex Egypt. We might just keep the Tigrayan region and expand it from there. I didn't initially plan to annex stuff over here so quickly. It takes 20 years to incorporate. Maybe we'll form an Ethiopian puppet state down here. Just because it takes so long to incorporate it, since they don't share any of the heritage with us. Because we're Middle Eastern, right? We are Middle Eastern, yeah. But we'll just hold on to it for now. I hear they make great coffee. We will need coffee as time goes on. Yes. Oh yeah, our prestige has fallen because the army was kind of racked in that war. That's okay. They're just not happy. We are getting about 10k from Egypt now, which is nice, but we are suffering from bureaucratic inefficiency. Ugh, it's all construction cost, isn't it? Yeah, 42k. Ah, because our investment pool doesn't even have enough to function. It's very weak. Let's see if I can't maybe entice them to just kind of buy some of the mines that we're building. Where are those first mines that we built? Already lost it. It's in this. It's over here, isn't it? Yep. Same with the tool workshop, just to get them to buy it a bit, recoup some of our costs. Let's actually take that to make the landowners a little less upset with us. Well, I'm just gonna deficit spend for now as well. We're just gonna have to fight it and deal with it for the time being. Yep, hopefully sometime in the 1840s here, we'll just annex Egypt. I would love to construct even faster, but we don't even have the iron to make this work. It's already very expensive. It's one of those circumstances where it's kind of better for us if we just let it roll. Need to see areas where we'd have the qualified personnel to do at least a level there. Probably that's maybe too many infrastructures around that, or government buildings. But yeah, we'll get rid of slavery here and then go from there. Interesting. What's the current traditionalist? Yeah, we'll kind of get him on the way out then. I mean, once the construction pool is building something, it helps us a little bit. Makes it a lot cheaper. Grain's still expensive, but our standard of living isn't falling, which is a start. These guys still destitute? No, they've got up one level. They're struggling. It's still terrible for them, but they're no longer radicalizing at least, which is nice. We're still getting radicals, especially in the areas we conquered. We really gotta get off traditionalism. It's just crippling the economy. Have enough qualified people, but we'll just have to deal with it. Debate fail. Ah, we're doing this, I see. Bulgarian national movement disbanded. That's a good sign. That means their living situation is not that bad anymore. More amicable. Ah, we're just gonna keep getting this event, aren't we? Well, I guess having Russia hate us is nothing new. It really isn't. Armed Forces Discord. Interesting. We might just rival the Austrians instead, but only after Prussia and Austria start going at it, just to get one of them on our side. Debate success! Okay, well, while that rolls itself in the background, we're at least positive on our bureaucracy again, which we can utilize to some extent. Oh yeah, iron prices are just jumping back and forth, I see. Compliant. Erudite. Okay. I just kind of noticed that the leadership there changed. Oh, here's that tool workshop they just built. I was just considering getting one of those. We could easily make our own wood, but for the moment, let's actually import some just so we can focus on other goods. I am worried about our interest rate getting too high, but thankfully we're a great power. Not the interest rate, interest payments. Persia. Russia's actually leaning to join against Persia. Infamy, ideological difference. What is Herat's ideology? Oh, they just have the landowners in power, I see. Debate success. If I were to go in on Persia right now to make them a subject, Russia would probably join against us. Okay, that's fair. That makes sense, but I had to test it anyway. Our power block is gonna have terrible cohesion for a few years. That's just how it's gonna be. Oh, Herat back down. They usually fight that to the death. Wait. Okay, I didn't know what France was doing there. I thought they were going at our subject of Tunis or something. A little concerned there. Rebellious Egypt. Good old rebellious Egypt. Man, we're getting a lot of, like, debate success rules instead of, you know, ending it. I'd like to end it, please. Napoleonic warfare, that also works. What is spreading cotton gin? Oh! Currency standards is what's spreading to us. Fantastic. In that case, we'll set up our research like this. Get stock exchange in a few months. Now, legacy slavery. The established military draft the state must now decide the role of any non-Muslims play in our army. See, we lose the tax regardless. We don't need the conscription for a bit. We'll just take that one because that'll just gradually phase it out. It'll take 20 years, but it'll phase out. So getting off traditionalism is gonna suck. I think the peasant movement kind of cares, but kind of doesn't. No, they don't care. Okay. The modernization movement does care, but it doesn't have enough strength yet. We could switch to landed voting, but I don't know if that would really solve any problems in the long run there. Going to bureaucrats would kind of help, but I think what we need to do is end serfdom. Getting it to tenant farmers won't be too difficult. The local government is going to kind of resist. I have an idea. Let's do that. What if we add them to government again? Okay. Because then they below the -5, they wouldn't be as resistant. But if they're going to resist regardless, that's a problem. I mean, they should drop here a little bit, right? 32, 42 should be okay. Your system is now spreading. That's very nice. Is anyone we could invite by chance? Yes, actually, we could invite a landowner. I put you in here. Not grant leadership. They're not pressured yet. Well, we'll put them in anyway, just to increase the success chance. Because that will put pressure on the stall chance. I do see that we're probably going to have to raise taxes soon or just stop constructing because we're running quite the red now. Oh, French Radical Revolt. Neat. Just in case any future revolts happen there, that way we can have a eye on it, so to speak. Then maybe just up there, just so we have interest all over Europe. You know what? Yeah, I totally forgot to check this. Our buildings at the start. Not that there was much we could change at the start. Do we even have coal? We do. We could always cut our wages again if we have to. Oh, here we go. We'll cut out liquor and add an opium tax. That'll make it a little bit better. Not really, but yeah. We're doing what we can here. Oh my god, furniture's at plus 73% base price. Just end the tariffs on them and maybe someone will export it to us. Standard of living went up a little bit at least, which is nice. Calms a few people down. We have tax negatives everywhere. It's just so much early pressure for the poor Ottomans. Like, I really want to raise taxes. How are you not pressured by the... You are leading the peasant movement, right? How are they not pressured by the peasant movement? No pressured interest groups, I guess... Oh, but they are at 10%, so they're kind of getting there. They're kind of getting there. Add you, I just need to dice roll this a little bit. Authoritarian, that's fine. Alright, fair enough. Okay, I'm not sure what to do about our financial situation. I just know that we need to get peasants working. I guess we could build up our wood a bit, because we're using that. And my hope here is to kind of sell it off to the investment pool to pay off our costs. That is going to help, though. That stock exchange is going to help a lot. That 10% shift in market access price impact is no joke. And we could rush banking. No, let's hope in Pierce doesn't finish because we need the literacy to go up. Even if it's only a slight shift in literacy rates. Let's see. Oh, Austria has an alliance with Russia at this point, so that's gonna be a problem no matter what we do. Obligation, I'd rather not. Build that with a breadbasket, though. All the way in China. We are probably gonna start a war again soon because we almost have nothing left. I'm pretty sure if I go in Greece at all, Russia just intervenes guaranteed, yeah. I figured as much. Minus 80. Oh, wait. Russia's at war with Britain? Ooh. That might be the opportunity we've been waiting for then to puppet Persia. It's a good opportunity. It's also an opportunity to maybe reduce the autonomy of our current subjects to get them paying. Although Austria could intervene, which is an issue. A Persian subject would not be bad, even if it's just a protectorate. It probably wouldn't offer us too much, though. They should have some silk, cotton, and opium, though. It's a bit early to do such a war, but if there's no chance of Russia getting involved, Britain won't, and then that's kind of it for major powers. 33 infamy is a bit of a price, though. But I guess if we're not gonna spend it then, we won't spend it now. It is gonna be super expensive, though. I don't know if this is worth it. So maybe we'll add war reps. We'll add... Can't revoke slavery because we have slavery. Guess we'll just go with that then. Oh, Egypt sides with Persia. Right, I forgot with how rebellious they are, there's a chance they'd join against us. And unfortunately, I can't do like a annexation war against Egypt. We can force payments on them though, and seize the other two states for the journal entry. So I can still work with that. In fact, let's switch around the army a bit here. The good news is that since we took some states from Egypt, their army has weakened down to 70 battalions. So they're not as strong as they were before. And the Persian army has some strength. Well, actually, here's what we'll do. We'll play defensively against Persia for now, because we're divided between two fronts. We can easily knock Egypt out. Knock Egypt out, then go over and knock Persia out. Oh, pacifist. Cool. I would very much like to get the peasant movement. Yeah, I Was hoping to kind of change the rule book leadership there. That's what I was angling on. Okay, I don't need Austria to dislike me even more. Rumor mill really needs to stop. There we go. As long as I've got one front reaching their capital, it's fine. We do need to contain the other area. A riot in the quarter. Oh, I think this is because we ended serfdom. Your lack of action is likely to escalate the situation. Yeah, let's just intervene then with the army and prevent the escalation. And yeah, having the rule folk in power is not working. It's gonna upset people, but it's just making people angrier. I guess now would be the time then to reform the law system. I know landed voting is probably just going to give the landowners the most power, but doing this will end the absolutist movement, which is good. And then the peasant movement, while we could change taxes with it, we really arguably should. Traditionalism prevents us from doing anything, so we're going to switch over to the modernization movement and get them to become relevant. Try to boost them up a little. Oh, what happened? Where is our main army? Okay, don't know why. One of the armed forces just decided to change positions. That's okay. We'll correct that. They're slowly losing there. I'm not sure why they flew over there. They must have suffered something. Ah, good. The situation did not escalate. It caused some of the discontent to recede. Construction pool is getting slightly better. It's starting to be able to afford 2 constructions, or at least 1 construction guaranteed. We'll make a little bit of coal just because coal prices are up. Let's take the dice roll on that one. But yeah, once Egypt is out of this, it'll be easier. Let's actually switch the army around a bit here. Let's buff the rule folk a bit. And we do need the atmospheric engine next. I'll take the 5 legitimacy from that event. Oh, close. Medical degrees are now spreading. Okay, once Egypt surrenders, we'll switch around and smash into Persia. And then I do have to raise taxes at this point. I don't have a choice. It's getting too bad. Torrential rains. God hates us. I knew it. I always knew it in my heart. Anyway, we'll make Egypt pay war reps on that too, so that's just to keep them down even more. They'll probably go bankrupt because of it, but that's fine by me. And then... oh, we're halfway done with the reforms already. It's not even 10 years in. Now that our army is unified, we can advance. Push into Persia. We'll force war reps onto them as well, just to pay for this war. Yeah, it's gonna hurt its popularity, but let's take it just to get the reform done. They could actually win, though, just because they do occupy some of our territory. Using it as a strategic objective here, see if we can't end it fast. Actually, really quickly, how long would it take for you to get around here? 13 weeks. 13 weeks. We might have 13 weeks. We'll see. We do not have 13 weeks. We might actually lose this war. That's accelerating really fast. Why is that? Casualties? So we might actually be forced to pay war reps. That's gonna suck. Yeah, no, they're not gonna get here in time. I didn't notice until we were at about minus 30% that we were in this mess, and it was kind of too late then. Oh! It isn't over until we hit minus 100. Oh, I'm so glad we didn't just fold there. Oh, that was scary. German leadership war just started. France is now a republic, so the monarchy just got overthrown. It's the Second Republic. Interesting. Okay. How are we doing on coal? Can we get an export? I think some of our mines have been bought. I'm not sure. Have they? Those 5 haven't. 2 of these have. We built 5 there, and now 3 of them are owned. So a few of our iron mines are selling, but a lot of them aren't at the moment. I think... Then we may as well start the process. Oh, Russia sides with Austria, Bavaria sides with Prussia. That's a big war right there. It looks like Austria is going to win that guaranteed then, though, because the other side isn't really joining. Yeah, so Prussia's probably going to die there, and we can't financially afford to join it. We just financially can't afford that at all. But Persia is now a part of the empire. So this is 1843. We've puppeted Egypt. We've got Persia. Our Pact of the Straits has no cohesion. Oh, life's great. Yeah, there's nothing we can do. I was gonna join it if Russia didn't, but since Russia's joined it, I'd rather stay out of it. Our investment pool can kind of do all the construction right now. I want to build more, but with how high our debt is, we might use this as a form of stability. Our standard of living has gone up a lot too, which is nice. Hi, the dogs are wanting attention right now, so I'm kind of distracted here. We really need to get furniture and textiles going at some point. Build 2 there, but we'll export the luxuries to someplace. I'm not sure where yet. Oh, we get exported to Qing. That works. We are contested. Okay, I had to make sure. I feel like it's a bit early to be building this up, but we should. What we really need, though... I'm actually going to deviate here. We need to get the lathe so we can start using dye to make clothing. That would stabilize things a little bit better. I said Prussia would probably lose this because Russia joined. But I did forget to account Bavaria has a nice chunk of units. I think Saxony's in this too, yeah. So Prussia's at least kind of got their whole coalition in on this. And Russia does have a debt, although I don't think that debt really matters. I think what really matters is that the Russian army is right, because Russia was fighting a war against Britain, so Russia's army is actually weakened right now. They're actually weaker than us, I think. Ooh, it would be such a stupid idea, because, yeah, Austria would join. Yep, okay. Look, I had to think on it. Could we go invade... Could we go invade Russia? The answer is no, but we could force Tunis to become a puppet. Just so they start paying us money? That would make them upset. Who's supporting their independence? Oh, Egypt. Well, that's just Egypt for you. Maybe we just wait 5 years, honestly. Just kind of wait so we can annex Egypt specifically. Yeah. Otherwise, Egypt's going to keep being a thorn in our side as time goes on. So we'll just wait it out. I will improve our relations with our subjects, though. Mostly so that they're less inclined to revolt against us. Not that it will do much, but we'll try. And how are we doing on iron? No longer expensive. That's great to see. Grain is still up there in price, but I think that's just how it's going to be. Oh, we could build up some opium. I hear that's very popular. My idea here going forward is that if we can build tobacco and opium, we're probably going to build opium. You can make up to 50 tobacco per building long term, but I think opium's the same, and opium can satisfy intoxicant needs. Also leisure. I mean, you know, it's okay if we get addicted to opium. we'll make lots of opium and lots of tobacco. We're going to be... I was gonna say the state of sin, but then I realized liquor and wine are taboo for the Sunni faith, while tobacco and opium, at least in the game, aren't. Yeah, wow, no. Prussia's actually gonna win. And here I thought Prussia would lose because... We're actually just gonna rival Austria as well now at this point, just reignite old rivalries. I thought they'd lose because Russia joined, but Russia's army is just so sucked out for manpower that they can't win. And a trade agreement with the US is not what I was like... Why? Who are you rivals with? Are you rivals with Russia? No, you've... they've rivaled Austria? You know what? We're gonna be best friends with the United States. Not what I planned on doing, but you know what? I'm here for it. Who's dueling? Royalist. Knock yourselves out. We'll take it as an opportunity to change the guard a little. Ooh, intelligentsia. Just gonna promote you straight to level 5, despite the costs. Conquer state in Persia. Kabul might be someone to subjugate. Ooh, do we want to join that as well, then, if Persia's joined? What is Persia joined for? Ooh, they made Kunduz a tributary. Ooh. At this point, I would rather join unconditionally then, except they might surrender then if we do that. I'll let Persia fight it. Persia will be fine. They can fight it. Their desire is going up due to cold relations. We can fix that. But yeah, this will be... The opium stuff will be easy. We could even export it. It's just a way to get peasants to no longer be peasants. Wow, they're actually not doing great on the wage part right now. That's weird. Landed voting should pass soon here. So we're doing pretty well so far, I'd say. We've avoided some early pitfalls that could have really chucked us down the window. Our power block is just going to be hilariously weak for a while. There's really no getting around that. Whispers of insurrection once again. I really don't want to take the 5 infamy if I can afford to not take it. Anti-Austrian society. Well, the rule of folks' honest work is already back. That did not take long at all. Okay, there we go. They dropped the wages a bit. They're actually paying wages that they can afford to. And these guys are living decent-ish lives, so it's fine. And I would not mind selling these. I don't know if we're going to stay being a capitalist-like society with interventionist economics, or if we're going to go communist. Probably not, because we have the devout. So who's stepping down? The traditionalist. You'll get syphilis. Man, what is going on in the armed forces right now? What is happening? I think we need a restructuring. I'll just hire you because you're a moderate. That's kind of it. Let's go agitator shopping. Ooh, we'll start a liberal movement. Yeah, come on. Start the liberal movement. We could use one over here. It'll go to 12%, establish Democrats. It'll help with distribution of power and bureaucratic reform. I'm not strictly looking to end the monarchy, per se. But I am keeping my options open. Speaking of which, although I don't think we can afford it, I am going to build a few universities just to try to get our tech going faster, finally. It's going to be a little expensive, in my opinion, but we have to do something here. Alright, a ton of parties have formed, and the Royalist Party now exists, which just wants to keep the monarchy, so we can actually ignore it effectively. So that's not going to be as big of an issue. Unsurprisingly, the Conservative Party is winning by a landslide. I'm really not surprised in the slightest. The government's friendly in relation to the United States of America, an infamous country with a horrible reputation, has been the subject of sharp criticism. Oh, it's because they're infamous. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's a neat little event. I haven't seen that before for campaigning. That's really neat. And thanks to this new indirect tributary, we've expanded even further. Yeah. Honestly, I'm all for the Agrarian Party getting votes. But the Conservative Party is going to win by an absolute landslide, so we'll have to use the petite bourgeoisie there and their standards to change. Wow, this event fired again. The Conservatives got whacked with it this time. Okay. Like I said, I'm here for it. Britain is invading Constitute. What is happening over here? It should be France invading this. I have no idea what's going on. We're just gonna let that happen. Egypt's aloof now, which is actually good because it means they won't revolt as much. Nope. We could form, if we lowered taxes, we could still form a contested government with the rural folk. We can't afford to lower taxes. We need to actually change the tax code. 20k is what we're missing out on, but we need to end traditionalism. But I can't because I need the rural folk. Okay, rural folk, army out. Oh boy, that's not good. That's not changing over. Religious schools would be good. The problem is the bureaucratic cost. So let's go for appointed bureaucrats then. We'll change that next. And I guess we'll maintain this legitimate government for now. Not that I have much of a choice. Our taxes really don't allow it. I'm not gonna say this is like the best way to do the Ottomans, but we have Persia and Egypt is a puppet, so you know. Got some options. Ooh. I don't think that actually gives them the infamy. At least I've never seen them actually gain the infamy. It doesn't look like it's firing. Oh, the Indians in the US are getting annexed. That's unfortunate for them. But such is life. Not sure if I did all of this. Let's do that. It's gonna hurt, but then what we can do is cut our iron trade routes for good. And we'll have to build coal up, but what we could do for now is import coal from the US. And we'll build towards railroads, just those are always good to have. We're not starved for infrastructure, mostly because we can barely build without going bankrupt. But it's something we can kind of afford to do. And it's going to make the iron mines more profitable in the long run, which is going to help us with getting them sold in the long run. I can't afford to do construction forever. But I can't afford to do more of it at the moment. That 20k interest is hurting us. So what we might do is just kind of let things tick here for a bit. Kind of just save money. I'll take the success chance. I'm sorry, did that say labor movement? Or did I misread that? Was it just the liberal movement? Yeah, it was just the liberal movement. Okay. I thought we had a labor movement despite not having researched the required technology yet. And I was like, hang on now. That's not how this works at all. Also forgot to change this over to dye workshops. In which we should try to sell these too. Anything and everything that we can sell. Standard of living are going up. We've got bureaucracy, so we could actually think about establishing schools. Try to sell our logging camps. I don't think they're going to buy the plantations yet. But those are at least running in the background. Kind of build up and exploit our resources here. What is Austria going to suffer? Just a humiliation? Honestly, I can get behind that. I'm not going to interfere with the wars going on over here with France and Britain. It sucks that they're taking those over. Tunis might get threatened later, but we're not in a position to threaten any of that right now, so I have no intention of actually trying to threaten it. Land-based taxation is the one that's going to be a problem, but this will get rid of some of the aristocrats, if nothing else. So the Kazakh Khanate revolt has occurred. Russia's army has kind of reformed and rebuilt, though. Plus, I think Austria can get involved in this. No, but Qing... No, yep, Austria can get involved. I just noticed them. I didn't notice that first, and when I read it a second time, I kind of saw them sitting there. I was like, oh... Let's get schools next. Let's go get schools next. It'll help with converting everyone to the Sunni faith, but it will... Oh, our bureaucracy did go down, though, didn't it? We need at least level 1 just to get over the 20% literacy for qualifications. It's kind of a must. It'll also make it easier to get bureaucrats for our government administration centers, actually. Well, I'd love it if someone would take on my dad, but I don't think they're going to take on a fellow great power's dad. Well, we're still a great power, at least. Oh, part of the requirements was to have a level 5 university, which we now have. Fantastic. And it's costing us 5k a week. Alrighty. You know what, Spain? I will take that relationship improvement. Just gotta keep these guys on our good side here. Are they tariffing this at all? 5%, not a lot. We could probably ignore it. What is Persia doing? Invading Macron? Oh, see, the problem is that Russia could join, and I don't like that. We'll just monitor it for now. We won't jump in actively. I think we could afford more construction soonish. I'm just investing in a lot of our resource base for now, just to minimize our imports and I try and convert them into exports. That's because it's a lot easier to get these going than it is to build up the urban industry. And at least this way... Okay, Russia did not join that. That's good. Kalat back down. Persia's slowly pushing their borders, which is great. No, because I need to keep the infamy down, because I believe... Ooh, wow, 89? Whew. Trying to annex Egypt is a lot more expensive than I remember it being. Even though there are subject, I guess because of the high liberty desire, yeah. And Austria would join, so we're not going to be able to annex Egypt for a while, it looks like. What we could instead do, because it would be way cheaper, is we could just do the return state war goal, perhaps, except Austria's keeping an interest down here. What if we start one down here? Nope, Austria's just kind of keeping an eye over the whole place, it looks like. Oh, right, no, because this is all getting linked back up there, isn't it? Yeah. And unfortunately, the Austrian army is kind of better than ours. Maybe not too much better, but it's kind of better. Oh yeah, we forgot to upgrade the army after we got some research done. It'll be a little expensive, but now's probably the time to do it. As we're kind of talking about it. I guess Egypt gets to maintain some independence for now. Oh, Sepoy Mutiny. Well, that's a decently sized one, too. It won't win. I don't think it will win unless Britain is distracted by a major war elsewhere. They are actually at war with France, so there's a non-zero chance in that case. We might be about to go to war with Russia. Ooh, it escalated. So, yeah, I've seen what this is. I don't need the 28 infamy. As bad as it sounds to not do anything in response to that revolt. I'm kind of watching this to see, does Russia join? Well, they're going for near complete annexation of it. Russia does not join. Okay, excellent. That'll be good for us. I really want to get per capita. We're stuck on traditionalism and I hate it. That's probably the big negative we're having right now, is the fact we're still on traditionalism is killing us economically. I think I'm gonna have to change the government out, just cycle it out, put the rule folk in, just to start the process. Because the modernization movement just isn't getting enough activism to do it on their own. And they're getting almost no support. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this, do agrarianism, drop taxes, and then just halt construction on my end. Fendi. Oh. Oh, interesting. It's gonna suck, and we're gonna go into debt for it and everything, but we've got to try something here. We've got to end it. Even with taxes, we wouldn't have enough. Could drop wages, but then that's going to create new issues. I know we're paused right now on construction, but I'm going to queue some of this up because of the negative that we're running. But that'll at least get us over 20% literacy. It's going to progress education reforms. Ooh, land code. Ah, because of the traditionalism change, I think. Some peasants might resist. Let's take a risk. American dignitary murdered? What kind of debate event is this? Sorry, US. But I'm gonna have to use a legal scapegoat here. We gotta increase that success chance. We actually have a mandate after so long. If we upgrade Divine Economics to level 2, the clergy would get increased oversight. It would give us that 10 cohesion as well. Make it easier to get more future leverage. We could get one of our other principles going too, like Sacred Civics, but I don't think that's what we're looking for. Let's do the level 2 Divine Economics. I know it'll make the clergy stronger, but we just need to bump that cohesion up a bit. It'll make them stronger, but a bunch of other people weaker. Ooh. Sure. I'll bump them to 18%. Okay, that's good. That's getting us somewhere. That's getting us somewhere. We'll let the Patriotic Party take a fall. We've got no construction going on at the moment, which is not great. But I think we're finally getting that party of reform that we so desperately needed. Oh yeah, I forgot that we could do some meat here. Fabric is very cheap though. Oh, 20% success chance for agrarianism. Don't mind if I do. We're playing it by ear here. Maybe just annex Jabal Shamar. I don't think anyone would mind. Nope, they like us too much. No, we're kind of sitting at a position where at any turn, Russia and or Austria is going to intervene against us, and militarily, we're not strong enough to deal with one of them, and if we have to fight both, we're just dead. We need an ally, but... I mean... honestly, I'll take it. I will give Britain an obligation for an alliance, because we need an ally at this point. Persia's just going at it. They're just expanding our realm for us without our input. This is great. I love this. they're calling in the obligation for a trade agreement. I will happily say yes. That is probably the best trade agreement we could ever get right now. Well, one of them. We're still importing quite a bit of tools. We could make our own tools. But that's okay. Let's kind of do this one at a time. Anti-Austrian society. Oh, the election just ended. I didn't even see the results. We're actually almost contested. I could maybe get... You know what? That'll do it. 48. Trying to see if I can't manipulate our electoral system here a bit. Or not our electoral system, our political system. By messing with the army more. Which is probably not the wisest thing to do, but, well, it's gonna stop me. Oh. I'm trying to figure out where my leaders are. I have to scroll up. I'm only seeing local governors. I guess we could assign the slaver just because he's very unpopular. So he doesn't have a chance to lead at all. Rural folk pacifist, I'll take it. 49, it's still not enough. Yeah, I think that's as good as we're gonna get for now. Which is still something. Okay, suppressing separatism finished. So, let me save, because we had that event that we forced on to Russia, and I didn't see anything occur. If we do trespassing, does it add the infamy? It does. It does. That's weird. I'll just take that. I don't know if maybe they took the net minus 20 and it just didn't show it here. I don't think they did, though. Oh, well. That might be something to look into later for research purposes. Yeah, Persia's doing great, though. They've really kind of just taken Afghanistan over for us here. Sunni ulama are 26% now. Our cohesion has really gone up. Wow. That's nice. Oh, research finished. I don't even know what it was. What I do realize, though, is that we could be using steel. Except we probably have no steel. Yeah. Alright, is there an area with coal and iron that we could be utilizing here? I don't think so. A lot of our areas are kind of... Wow, they really are like split across the world. Okay. Well, in that case, if they're kind of split up, it's best to build it in areas that have iron. Because iron tends to be the higher volume in the long run. How much is it? 65. So we could do 2. As soon as agrarianism is done, because once agrarianism is done, we could raise taxes again. Actually, we'll need per capita next. That alone would actually solidify things. Oh, poor France can't finish its Algeria journal entry now without going to war with Britain, because Britain made Constantine here a subject. It's funny to me. I suffer nothing for it. As soon as this is over, we shift that mappy by 15%. That's going to be great. Not to mention, the negative on the investment pool is going to be greatly reduced, which means the investment pool could probably take over construction more. Let me unpause construction at this point, because oh no, they just have no money. They can't build anything. They've been privatizing. Fair enough. We're just going to get some of our bureaucracy up really quickly here. Because, yeah, that event just knocked it back down. Oh, the industrialists finally exist. Took you a while. Alrighty. Hopefully this is when it passes. Yes! And immediately our investment pool went from a 26k weekly change to 52, but that might be because construction just finished. So it's hard to say there. The local governors are no longer powerful. That is fantastic news, actually. And we'll go ahead and change the tax code next year. Oh, yeah, no, it's making 71k now. Ooh. Well, that's a nice jump. The reinvestment's kind of jumping around, but this is great because now the construction pool. Let's actually pause. Let private construction use the whole pool here. So, the bad news is we're not still doing our government construction, but the good news is that our construction is at full swing again. We can actually maybe build... Nope. Nope, let's wait. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Our economic situation should be looking up pretty nicely now. And the 15% swing in MAP is going to make it a lot better for everything. We're over 20% literacy in some areas as well, which is good. Constantinople Citizens Advocate. Once we have per capita taxation as well, we should be golden. We're kind of having to play it a bit by ear, though. I really wish we could be more aggressive, but I think any more aggression right now would get us killed. We would have to get Britain. We'd have to pull in Britain if we wanted to do something. And yeah, Britain's probably not going to join us. Qing is allied to Russia. This is... Man, Russia's been building up its power block. Also, the U.S. went to war with... Wait, what? What? Oh, wait, America, what? Huh? I'm glad I wasn't pulled into that. Wow, my allies are fighting each other. That's not good. That can't be good at all. We have railways, at least. But we're gonna need their stuff first. Let's see, what is next on the research agenda? Banking would be good to grab. If nothing else, it would help finish off the tree. 2% interest rate reduction would actually help a ton right now, but our army is also really weak. We really need general staff, but you also need percussion cap too, before we can utilize that. We have army reserves. Let's get the water tube boiler. That way our mines can produce more resources, make them more profitable. We'll go for that first. That way we can afford for everything else here. I kind of don't want to invite Jabal Shamar because it's one of those countries that I want to annex. I kind of want to annex the Arabian Peninsula here. So inviting them is kind of not on my to-do list. Making them a subject doesn't work either, though, and if we invade, you know, the enemy stops us. So it's a tough question. Do we want to invite them? Not necessarily. Prussia accepted the request. Wait. Power block join request denied. Prussia accepted the request from Sweden to join. Okay, wait a minute. Hang on now. That's not how writing works. Something definitely didn't go quite as right there as it should have. Hopefully this passes soon. I'd like to be doing more construction here. Especially because our innovation cap could be... It's really, really up there. Are we running unacceptable still? We are. Let's... Oh, there's the resistance to the land reform we are doing. So if we do this, Baghdad gets upset. If we do this, it's not as bad. And then this expands the holdings. Oh, so we basically can march in and quell the unrest. Might as well. It's just Baghdad, though. I mean, it's got people, but we'll be fine. How is our society doing, actually? So, a lot of the empire is still under violent hostility, but now it's 22% instead of almost 40%, so that is good. That does mean the empire is stabilizing a little. Not a lot, but it's not as unstable as it was before, especially up here. Because if we see here, Sunni Bulgarians are at open prejudice, but Orthodox Bulgarians are at violent hostility. And of course, if they're radicalized, it does become harder to convert them. But right now, we're running a 53% increase to conversion rate. And that can get higher if we do play our cards right here. Sure, you're part of the armed forces, so we'll just have him get fired. Place him with Sunni Ulama's fine. Democrat. We're kind of shopping here, trying to see if we can't buy someone that we like. I don't think that's how this works, mind you. Ah, you know what? It will divide the Navy, but I will take it. Because that should push us up to contested government. We're just at it too, which is great because now this will pass faster. Is it using all the construction? It is. That's good. Let's unpause really quickly here, just because they are using all the construction right now. And what we're gonna do is set up 4 more. Actually, I thought we were at 60, we're at 50. 6 more. The idea here is I can't do more construction right now, but the private investment pool can, so we're just gonna set it up to where they can do more construction to keep it going at a faster rate. Campaign of banquets. I will gladly turn the current agitator, one of the agitators here, into a grifter. It was the peasant one, the land reformer, for the extra success chance and speed that we get for it. Let's exempt Egypt from service, see if we can't get this liberty desire to go down. There we are. Bureaucratic reform is done, and that is going to finish the Sick Man of Europe journal entry. It does mean our intelligentsia will lose the double clout strength that they're getting. But we have done a good deal of the reform that we needed them for. Aside from, ooh, hello. It's gonna knock us back down, though. What if we change it around? Oh god, the Sultan is cruel! No! When did this happen? Oh man, oh well, that's fine, at least. Sick Man of Europe is done. Reorganization. I mean, I'll just take claims in if that's what you're gonna give me, if that's the options I have here. Atmospheric engine is not done. Interesting, why is that? Probably because they're not full. Or there's like stuff in queue that's not done. We are actually running on taxes now, that is great. We're actually able to afford this, so we can just keep constructing them. Kind of afford it, it's probably gonna go back down as those fill up. I am trying to get steel introduced. So we're gonna kind of go back into deficit a bit, but we're just gonna kind of try to build it anyway. I can pull the rural folk in the petite bourgeoisie. Contested government. No unacceptable government. Not quite what I planned on. That's fine. Peasant levies would be one to shift off of just because it's leaving the army in a weakened state. I don't like that morale loss increase. The military good cost reduction is nice, though. This is also giving aristocrats more strength, which I don't want. Even though the local governors will hate it, let's just try to reform it anyway. That's kind of the next thing to do there, is reforming the army. Oh, I just realized I can give this rural folk guy command, and wow, I could have done that years ago. That would have helped a lot if I had remembered. And with the bureaucratic reform done, our bureaucracy is doing much better now, and our taxation's great. We don't really have any unrealized taxes anymore. Well, that's fantastic. Let's go with high taxes. We're already at an unacceptable government regardless. Let's just try to get that debt down. And then, do I want to start investing into sacred civics for the reduced liberty desire? I kind of do. Because level 3 divine economics means 25% wage for state religion pops, and I think right now that would just break the bank. Like that, I'm pretty certain that would just break our bank. Yeah, let's do it, because we need to kind of calm them down. It says that's higher diplomatic proposal acceptance chance. That's only for those with the same religion, though. So if they're not the same religion, it doesn't matter, and a lot of them are going to kind of already be with us. But let's see, over here. 20 different sacred civics principle for investment rights. That's not bad. What about trade agreements? 20? Is it just like a plus 20, then? It seems like it, yeah. That's not bad. It actually makes it where they would accept being invited into, or being given our power block embassy, or giving us one. That's not too bad. Not too bad. Migration controls. I'm only gonna say yes. We might actually go ahead and pass it, actually, but I'm gonna say yes, primarily because I can't afford to upset them right now. There we are. The atmospheric engine is done. Water tube boiler is cooking. Let's actually, because we do need to play catch up now. And because we have the money, we'll build up to 100 construction here. Get that going faster. We did just suffer a debate fail though, which is not great. Burma is about to be wiped off the map. I see Siam got wiped a bit too. Oh, that's normal. Okay, Egypt is at least going down a bit. You can evangelize there too, and that's actually gonna... Wow, that really nukes their liberty desire. Okay. Pretty good. Are we importing coal still? Are we mostly importing coal, maybe? Not mostly, but we are kind of importing. The steel's done. Let's check workshops. Yeah, get that going. We don't have enough for all three. We're about to have the Bessemer process done. Actually, let's finish that now. And we'll get to work on railroads soon, but we have to get the steel mills existing first. If they don't exist, then we're not going anywhere. Sulfite paper, which I don't think... Do we have sulfur? We don't. But that can be fixed pretty easily. We just never had the demand. So it was never around. Mass communication is the one that's going to rush. I think we'll do dialectics next for the University of Upgrading Education. Normally I would go for central archives and then dialectics, but we're in a reverse position where we have the bureaucracy and we don't have any taxation issues, barring a very tiny amount. So since we're kind of in this reverse position, we're going to do it the other way. What are their payments? 17k. I could afford to reduce it now just to get their liberty desire trailing down faster so we can annex Egypt, because I do intend to annex Egypt and I do want to annex Persia as well, kind of unify that, but then have vassals elsewhere in areas that are going to be a lot more difficult for us to control. That's kind of where I'm going with this here. I don't think we're going to be able to resist Egypt. Can I make you a protectorate? The Caucasian imamate would intervene, but no one else really would. Although this is Circassia we're talking about, so... You can't see it, but they have that defense bonus going right now. We'll just build up good relations with them, see, and guarantee their independence. Because I do want to kind of hurt Russia. Somehow. Okay, we're doing good. We're doing good. Interest payments are going down. It does look like Professional Army is going to fail, which is a little unfortunate, but considering we passed a lot of those other reforms, I'm not displeased. Wow, the Pact of the Straits is fully cohesive? Uni Ulama Clout's really high, and because we don't have poor relations with anyone anymore, that's fine now. Okay, that's great. Maybe we invite Jabal Shamar? I don't know. I would rather turn them into a subject, but, you know, we can't do that here. Oh, they've started going on the Caucasian imamate. I am being called in. Oh, Austria's in this. Secondary demand. Risky. It means I can't stop the Caucasian imamate from dying, but Austria is a nation we need to break up a bit. In fact, we do have claims there now that we could press, but what I'm thinking... Oh, can I not do Hungary? Is that too large? I guess that's too large. I was going to liberate Hungary and just break Austria apart that way. Or was I on the wrong... I was on the wrong screen. Ah, but it's secondary demand. We can't do too much. Okay. I was on transfer subject. That's why it was weird. Okay. I mean, conquering Venice would be pretty enriching. We could also just do the return state war goal. Although what I'm probably going to do with that is just form a Romanian puppet state out of it. In the long run. I would probably take it and then reform it and all that, yeah. We could also just seek war reps from them. That would be simple. It would help us pay off our debt faster. How much money do they make per week? That would give us an idea of war reps. So we'd probably be looking at about 16k a week. We could push Austria towards bankruptcy, maybe. 16k is not too much, but it would help. The alternative is to take a state up here. I mean, that's not a bad idea either. I guess we could do a land grab, maybe give it to Wallachia here. Because I know Romania will eventually form. Which is why I'm actually not going to convert them into puppets, because I know at some point they should form it once they have nationalism research. Just don't know when. Yeah, let's take southern Transylvania. Russia could join this war, though, I think. No, Russia's not in this war. Okay, fantastic. We'll mobilize the main contingent of the army, but keep the rest of them kind of back and ready. I only had one option what I could take here, and I figured we may as well take a piece of land. Oh, we got the Circassian call. We'll have a chance to offer recognition to the Circassian state through a decision. Ooh. Oh, we have to invent general staff first, okay. I would like to make them a subject, though, but let's just kind of watch and wait. We'll build up relations with them, though. And then... this is definitely going to a war, so let's mobilize everyone else. We haven't really been using our navy that much. That one time before. Put it over here. This is why I want to reform the army, though, because that 10% morale loss increase, I want to change to a -10. I also don't think we have the food industries for this, but I'm going to add it anyway, the extra supplies to boost our troops, now that we actually have a tax system. I expect groceries... No? They're not expensive? They're not too expensive? Okay, well, that's fine. Just because that 10% offense and defense it gives is very useful, and the 5% morale loss reduction is useful. It's all just very, very helpful little things. And we're kind of pushing to our innovation cap now, which is very good. We do want to be seeing that because we're going to get techs faster. Circassia wants to join the power block already. I really want to make them a subject, but I'm going to say yes. Just to add pressure for Russia to not hit them right away. They'll probably do it anyway, but we'll see. Alright, Circassia gets it, and Bolshamar there does it because of being mean. Okay, we'll ban dueling now. Yeah, these are not, like, Sacred Circus I normally wouldn't go with, but we're kind of doing it as a more of a roleplay aspect. For fun. And when you think of it like that, it's nice. Kunduz was annexed by Persia. The only reason I don't want to accept it is because if I accept the defense pact, I can't... No, wait. We still could do it. We would just have to time it right. Yeah, let's do it. There we go. Because sooner or later, Russia's going to want to end Circassia's existence. I don't think we have the strength to unilaterally stop it. But, you know what? We should expand... You know, since I'm saying that, we should really expand the army. Especially the two main contingents that have a lot of infantry, but not a lot of anything else. And if we can form to a professional army, that would give us the morale loss reduction difference, which could allow us to stay in the fight longer, whereas Russian troops may run away sooner. Coffee tax, there we go. Oh. Morocco wishes to host an embassy. They are a British subject, though, but I will take it just because it's funny to me. How's the US doing? They have formed their power block? They have. Alright, Austria is humiliated. We took southern Transylvania. I can actually go ahead and give this to one of them right now, actually, and I probably should. One of the two Romanian countries. I just don't know which one is going to form the, our bloc, or the, I guess it doesn't matter. They're going to be the same anyway. Doesn't really matter that much. We'll go ahead and demobilize the army now, because it's just Constantine that's in the war. So there's no reason for us to be spending money when Britain can handle it on their own. Actually, let's just kind of capitulate. I don't want to help them with their subjects. I was just in it to stop Austria. Okay, Greece just laid claim to us, so that's concerning. I don't know if they'll attack Circassia at some point, but we'll see if they do. We do have a bit of a rebellious Egypt, but that's why they are not being pulled into our wars. For good reason, we don't want them to get any ideas there. Okay, and I think it is time. Are we on high taxes? Because we might lower our taxes to moderate, because we're running a very unacceptable government here. No, I guess we should keep constructing, yeah. Hungarian mass migration. Grant you the state of Southern Transylvania. There we go. Because if they can incorporate this in just 2 years, and they will start incorporating it, and it's going to be a lot less rebellious in the long run. Although I did just remember something. I can start imposing state religion. And there we go. We just took Moldavia, Wallachia, and Serbia and converted them all to our state religion. They are all now led by the Sunni faith. Now, I believe the liquor and wine taboo, testing from some other players helped me determine this. With their help, as far as we could tell here, because they did the work, the religious taboos don't really have an effect on consumption for goods. It doesn't actually make it a taboo. Oh, these are Orthodox pops. This is not where my point is supposed to be. There's the Sunni pops. Wow, why do you... Sorry, let me let this tick for a week here. Because if we go here, I mean, tobacco and opium are the highest because that's the most productive... Wait, how much liquor do we have? Huh. I don't think it's having that effect, though. Circassia, which is grant foreign investment rights, I'll take it. But as far as I understand it, the religious taboo doesn't actually have an effect. It's just a flavor text. Whereas the culture taboo does have an actual effect. I see the war's begun. It's a good thing we expanded the army when we did. Which wasn't too much. We didn't expand it by too much, but... it's all the more reason to expand it further now. Oh god, and Austria's gonna join because they're allied to Russia. This could end very badly then, because fighting them both... I mean, I haven't done it yet, and honest to god, some people have probably been yelling at me that just use the conscripts, which, yes, fair, we have conscripts, we should be using them. I tend to avoid conscripts just because I want to make sure my standing army is capable of winning on its own, but in a situation like this, we're gonna have to consider a heavy conscription. Which the good news is that we can conscript a lot of people. Level 2 Sacred Civics, because now I do want to check really quick here before we get our faces smashed in. Oh wow, the Sacred Civics principle, same state religion, gives minus 0.1 to Liberty Desire. That's actually better than Sovereign Empire. Sovereign Empire gives you a minus 0.05 for them being your subject. But you get minus 0.1 with the level 2 Sacred Civics principle if you're the same religion. The same state religion. Oh, wow. Persia is not the same religion. I did forget this. Persia is now the same religion, but they are... oh, they're actually under state religion. So... yes! Yes! Let your Liberty Desire fall. Okay, so this is gonna suck. We are probably gonna lose this war. But we're gonna try. They will become our subject. That is what I wanted. We are going to mobilize everyone as well, just so the army is ready to go. Because what we're also, I am expecting Austria to join this, so we are going to raise conscripts immediately. We don't have general staff training. I want dialectics to finish, and then we're going to rush general staff. Dispatch diplomatic mission. Who is the current leader of the local governors? Traditionalist? Yeah, having a moderate in charge would be better, in my opinion. The U.S. wants mutual foreign investment right. I'm usually hesitant to agree to this stuff. Because wait, there's an anti-Ottoman league. That's and it's the clergy, it's the evangelicals. That's great. I love it. Oh, I love it. How is America doing right now? Actually, that's a good question. What is their status on slavery? Legacy slavery, but they're going free trade. Census suffrage. Oh, they're on census suffrage. I think you start with that though. The only reason I don't want to say yes to this is I like having control over my economy. I don't like the foreign governments having control. And also because, again, I don't know if I'm going to stay and stick around with the private investments, or if I'm going to go for a... Well, I guess we're not going to go communist, because communists don't like religion, and religion's going to be powerful. Maybe we will stay as private enterprise then. Yeah. So then do I want to really dig in with the US? I don't know. Their economy can grow quite a bit. This would help them stay as our allies, but I'm worried that that their construction would outpace ours and they would kind of control our economy. I don't know how much construction they have though. There's not really a way to check without going over every single state and checking. I think I'm gonna say no for now. Just because I don't want all of our stuff to be taken over. So our main army... God, I hope to death Austria doesn't join, but I'm certain Austria will join here. Unless they can't because of the truce, but I doubt that. No, they will definitely join. Let's kind of hold our breath here and see. What I am going to do, although we'll be kind of on a timer, I am going to play defensively for two reasons. One, our conscripts need time to get to the front line. Two, Russia is almost guaranteed to start an offensive first. And if we can grind their numbers down, we'll be fine. Yes! Okay, oh, that's great. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, that's really good. Because that shifted the morale loss. That might have dropped our conscript numbers a bit. It did. So the downside here is that we do have less conscripts now, but the good news is that our conscripts weren't even fully mobilized yet. But now, instead of suffering the 10% increased morale loss, which means our army would shatter quicker, it's going to take longer for it to shatter. Could do charity hospitals. It buffs the Sunni ulama, but I don't want to because it can only go up to level 3 at max, whereas public health insurance can go up to level 5. So. Ooh, police force. Oh, right. Didn't we promise to do something about migration controls? I mean, having the rule folk be upset wouldn't be great. What happened here? Oh, that's what's happened here. Okay. Let's do this, and in that case, the rule folk will get angry with us no matter what. Anti-imperial advocacy. We'll just deal with it. But yeah, because they're probably going to not declare war. Wow. Austria didn't join. Ooh, Austria didn't join, and Circassia added the North Caucasus to their conquest. Okay, good. The good news is that the Circassians... Oh, that's right. I just remembered. I need to go into formation settings and make sure the Circassians can't use my troops for offensive measures, because otherwise they're just going to have a suicide charge to death, and that's going to really suck. But this way, what should happen... They may get some victories here and there, depending on the circumstances. But my hope here is that they'll take more casualties. I'm not sure if they will, though. We could get some fights where they're just very small in number. But this is what I'm looking for, is those big differences where they are taking more casualties than us. But there are some small fights going on where the numbers were very equal, and we kind of got some rolls like poor vision, which isn't great. Wait. Why do I feel like someone else is in this war? Oh, no, I just saw a weird flag, I guess. The Circassians also have better defense too, which is helpful. We are kind of getting pushed in a bit here because I keep poor visibility against aggressive maneuver. That really sucks. The downside is that Russia has its own conscripts to call upon too, so there's no guarantee that we win this. We could lose, but if Austria had joined, we would probably have lost most certainly. At least in this circumstance, we have a chance to not lose. Industry band. A National Guard would be really good right now, just to have the extra conscripts. Who's resisting this? The liberal movement and the intelligentsia? We could just go dedicated police. The rural folk already hate us. It wouldn't change much. It would just reduce any turmoil issues that we might be having. Do we have any states in turmoil? A few. Not a lot, but they do exist. The bourgeoisie being happy would help our prestige, which is not really a necessity, but, you know, it's neat. Oh, I kind of want the National Guard, though. But we're working on boosting education, so maybe we do the migration controls anyway. The industrialists don't like it, but everyone else kind of does. Maybe. I don't know. We don't really have to do anything. We could just do nothing. It's also an option. We could just do nothing. Maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe we'll just let it sit for a bit while we're fighting this war. Because there's nothing we can imminently change. Okay, that's kind of better. That's kind of better too. That's going a lot better. Okay, good. Because the Circassians get a significant bonus to home defense, and then our own troops are there, but we are kind of losing. I am worried that we're losing more troops than we're killing. And we don't have general staff, so we don't have the training rate. They are taking more casualties overall, but they have more troops. Because I need to get that general training to boost the rate of our manpower. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to replace our losses. And that's bad. Okay, good. Because how it works is you get 50 trading rate at first? Or... no, wait, that doesn't make sense. Let me find a specific barracks. Oh, there's an unscaled rate and I guess an additional one. Basically, our total manpower train is going to go from about 1,600 to 3,100 for the regular army. And then it's going to double it for the conscripts as well. Philosophy department, I forgot to add. We should probably get triage. I would like percussion cap. We could upgrade to skirmishers now, actually. This is really risky. But we could do it. Because we're going to need munitions. We're going to have to import it. This is very risky. Here's what we'll do. We'll research percussion cap so this isn't a long-term negative. We are going to just import ammunition from across the world. And we're going to upgrade the skirmishers because that's going to make our troops better than the Russian troops, and that might be how we win this. The Ottoman-French friendship. Yep, that sounds good to me. We're going to be running a deficit on it for a bit, but here's hoping that works. And they haven't taken everything they need from us yet, right? No, they have to take Circassia. Which they kind of are. But they're losing the occasional fight, which causes them to get pushed back. We're going to use... oof. Yeah, just tax these. I need to reduce the deficit spending there. Okay, are they attacking now? No, they are defending now, okay. What we could do then, if they're now defending, is we could invade and seize Kuban. That's not everything, though. We do need to seize the North Caucasus, too. I'm just kind of thinking there. Just to kind of push them out of that, yeah. Let's move you over here, because we have enough troops to hold that now. That'll actually entice them to attack, but our increased defense should make us win. It is. Very good. We're just going to let the private investment pool do all the construction for now, because we are running a hefty deficit on high taxes. Because, you know, war and all that. There we go. The extra troops there are going to help. We're not getting all the ammunition I'd like. There's just kind of... We need more trade agreements. That's what we need. I don't want to do... I don't... I need to be able to import more ammunition. And France makes ammunition. That's still not enough to get it. I guess they just don't have enough to sell. Okay, that's fair. That's fine. Actually, off Germany, in case anything happens in Germany. We're at least in a position where they can't take Circassia now, which is good. That's a good sign. Circassia is requesting more private military assistance. I am gonna hesitantly... I don't want the increased expenditure. What is this? Good cost increase? Yeah, that's like another 12k. That could make me go bankrupt. And we're at least holding out, so it's fine. The Ottoman casualties are increasingly getting further than ours. Education just became level 3. They're running a deficit, actually, as well. How badly? About 1 point. They're running at about 11... Actually, wait, that was a big deficit. Holy heck. Yeah, well, they are running at least 100k in deficit per week, so they're running a larger deficit than we are, but they have a larger economy than us because we're still backwards. We're at almost 1860 and our GDP-C is still below 1. That really isn't great. But the Ottomans do start on the back foot. We're going to get some more construction just so the investment pool gets drained out there. I think we're in a position where we can start pushing now. Ooh, the US is offering military assistance. Yes! That's going to actually reduce our costs, I think. Right, and maybe that's not what it does. Maybe it does that. I rarely use this stuff. Let me just look at offering it to Circassia. It does reduce the cost by 10% and it increases our training rate. That's fantastic. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Let's hesitantly... We're going to have to really watch it here. Let's try pushing on the main front. See if we can't link up the front lines and liberate our territory. We'll take casualties for it, but... we might be in a position to push them now. I know our mobile artillery has been largely prepared. Even a couple of successful advances would be good. De Bruges is liberated. Kars is liberated. If we can link up with Circassia, that would be good. Because then we can actually make it a full front instead of a several front, and that would be very, very nice. I'm just trying to think on what else we need to do. Just kind of watching this mostly. I think we're fine, though. I think we're winning. Circassia's at 30, that's at 5, but we're slowly pushing. Yeah, I mean, we're losing some fights, actually, but we're winning some as well. It's very much a stalemate, is what it feels like is happening. But we're pushing in some areas. Maybe we'll have the small army here play defensively still, and let its manpower be used by the larger force. So it can more focus the efforts. We have percussion cap. I'd like to get triage just so we take less casualties when fighting. But let's get central archives and central banking for the economy. Oh, we've done it. We've taken what we needed. I guess we'll just keep pushing for now, just so I don't have to change it later. Oh, wait, what? Oh! Apparently, America's being very opportunistic and is seizing Alaska. Wow. America is, like, really our best friend right now. And kind of them in Britain, but, like, that's amazing. That just kind of guarantees Russia loses this. Probably both wars, actually, because they've lost manpower to us and now they've been naval invaded. So there we go. Circassia is larger. Utai, who are you at war with for this? Qing, who provides a chunk of my grain. Although our grain supply's gotten a lot better. I'm kinda somewhat leaning towards letting this break. No. I'll agree because we can add a war goal that Britain will have to enforce. We could actually go for a treaty port. An Ottoman treaty port in Qing. I like the sound of that. And we won't send the full army because I would like to get construction going. But we will dispatch one of our units, one of our battalions. And then let's see here. Now, Circassia will have finished its journal entry as well now, I believe, because it owns... Yeah, insignificant power. Oh, they're recognized! They took the option to become a recognized power. Oh, that's cool. But yeah, so Circassia's journal entry is finished. They will no longer get the defense bonus, but that's fine. They've seized Kuban, they've seized North Caucasus. If we can seize Dagestan next time, every Russian state in the Caucasus down here will automatically break free, and then we could just kind of annex them and then use Circassia as a subject of sorts. In fact, let's go ahead and make Circassia a puppet now, so they can start kind of paying us there. Their GDP's actually skyrocketed thanks to the recent annexations. 88.9, 13, all kind of lowering there. I need to figure out what we need to invest into next. I have not been focusing that well because of the war that was going on, but now that we're finally in a position to not be eviscerated, I guess we need to work on textiles and other goods. Just to get standard of living up a bit and employ some of the peasants. I don't think we have enough demand for luxury clothes. Let's not do luxury clothes there. New mandate available. Level 3 Sacred Civics allows us to impose the same law, church and state law. I think everyone's kind of running state religion right now, though, so we don't really need to impose it. Egypt's on freedom of conscience, but I'm not too concerned about that, honestly. So I think we'd probably want to go get a third principle instead. Divine economics could be good, but that's the wages for state religion pops. I'd rather do that when the economy is larger and more stable. So honestly, in my opinion, the next best thing, since everyone is a vassal anyway, I don't need market unification. We could grab vassalization. Could grab construction, that's good. We don't have a lot. I kind of want to grab advanced research, though. Get that research going so we can play catch-up. Because we are basically playing catch-up, whether you like it or not. This is just to help us catch up faster. And you're still running a 30k surplus while I'm constructing with you. We'll just run the small deficit for now. And we will just kind of keep trying to sell government buildings and the like. And I think it's better that way if we do. We'll help Britain get our little treaty port. Actually, what we should probably do is... I'm trying to think if we want to be pushing up there first. Probably, yeah. We'll just let that run its course in the background. Really need to change laws. We're running an unacceptable government no matter what we do. What we probably need to do, actually, after Central Archives, is research egalitarianism and labor movement so we can start getting other ideologies appearing, especially ones that can affect the Sunni ulama, like social democrats. That would be very nice to have. Make Serbia a puppet, but we're not going to do Moldavia or Wallachia here. Although, I don't know if either of them can form it, because they need to have good relations with all the surrounding great powers, I think, to form Romania. And I don't know if they're going to be able to do that with the wars that have happened. Dawat being active is nice. 40% conversion increase. We're getting plus 40% conversion, plus 60%, plus 33% from religious convocation. So that's a lot of conversion rate. Although not a lot are becoming Orthodox. Is that just because there's areas with no Sunni, so they're not converting? Or is it just because of other reasons that I'm not noticing? It could just be because they're all radical, maybe? And that's reducing it? No, these guys are loyalists. What is your rate? 73%, 60. Oh, okay, I see. It's not as high as I was thinking it would be. That's fair, but it's at least over double the rate. Sam surrendered. Okay, yeah, they'll get it. They'll be fine. I'm just trying to kind of lower clothing costs a bit, though. Oh, you know, I just realized, if we need fabric, I know a nation that sells fabric all the time. United States. Just import that with ease. An heir has been born. I didn't even realize our old guy died. That's probably a good thing, actually. That's probably why our standard of living went up earlier and I didn't even notice. I didn't notice because of the war. That's probably why. Market liberal. Local governor, though, which is unfortunate, but market liberal. Very interesting. Let's... And to exile you. I want to go agitator shopping. Devout agitator shopping. Just the pacifist? Social bandit? Oh no, not more infamy decay. Increase or no, reduction, I guess it makes it take longer. Abolitionist movement could be interesting. I don't really like any of the agitators though. I would like to end slavery. It would weaken the local governors more. Let's bring in the Jingoists just because it says he'll start an abolitionist movement. Abolitionist. Did he just join a different movement? I don't see it. Yeah, he joined the modernization movement, which seems to have gained some increased traction at least. So there's that. Where's my army going? Oh, Britain is having a small civil war. Cool. We could actually get in on this, it looks like. British investment right. Or a bankroll. I could ask for bankroll, but I usually don't use bankrolls. I feel like it's a bit easy. Just bankrupt the AI that way. They would offer us a couple of different locations. Oh, Kenya's a part of the revolt, but I can't ask for it. Darn. Indian Ocean Territory. Oh, they took the French piece, so that's all the way down there. They would also offer us the Bahamas. Ottoman Bahamas. That sounds really, really weird, but it would give us interest over here. Windward Coast. That could be better. Ivory Coast. British Togo. You know what? I'm just gonna take the investment rights. Where are they? They'll probably win, but I am actually gonna go ahead and mobilize an army to help ensure they win. Just because having Britain break up might not be the best idea for now. Because I need someone to oppose Russia who's angry at Russia. Might mean we lose that treaty port, though. So I guess we'll mobilize another army and send it in. It's gonna put us in a bit of bankruptcy, though. But that's okay. Oh god, grain prices are high. We could actually trigger corn laws at this rate. But I'd rather not. I'd rather resolve the whole price issue. That's what I get for fighting Qing, though. Ooh, Canada's having a small issue, too. Oh, it looks like they're just gonna surrender out of this. White piece, yeah. Oh well, that's fine. I got investment rights at least. I don't want to change this right away because it is going to add a paper cost increase. But we'll do the one in Constantinople over here. Otherwise known as Istanbul. Just so we have at least some of that ready to go. Guess in that case we'll just demobilize you, and we've done enough of the conquering here. We'll demobilize the army. Focus on our costs. Dropped it a fair bit. How's the election going? Not great. This is kind of the consequence of running on landed voting. We really do need to switch it off. I need the industrialists or the intelligentsia to be in power for that, and that's going to be a bit difficult. Unless the Conservative Party loses votes, I guess. And maybe we could do it. kind of just slowly building all this up. I think we have engines now. Yep, it was built. Excellent. Displaced moderation. Ooh, yes, plus 20 to the Freedom Party. To the Liberal Party, get it more votes. This might get us something. Somewhere. Tumultuous campaign. The Agrarian Party. Nah, Krakow's having a civil war, so it's getting torn apart. Why is your relative prestige? Oh, wow, Egypt has really been building up prestige-wise. Huh. If I raise that, will that shift it back down? Yes, it will. It'll shift it down a lot, actually. Wow. There we go. That's going to raise our costs with the military, but we're going to do that to keep the prestige difference high enough so we can annex Egypt there before they become a bigger problem. See, I could make something like cotton, or I could make more opium. Could make tea. Or, hear me out, I could make more opium. There's no addiction risk. I really wish we got that treaty port in Qing, though. I would love to be exporting them opium. Unless they manage to somehow win. Oh, they don't have the obsession anymore. They somehow won. That can't be right, but okay. Could be a bug, maybe. Sure, Mr. Jingoist. Why not? Yeah, might as well. We're going to be unacceptable either way, but if I can switch... Ooh, census suffrage would be even better. Apparently. We can get that right now because the industrialists don't particularly care as much. I know in our financial districts, I haven't shown it yet, but we do have quite a bit of clergymen here, which is fun. They are pretty wealthy. They'd be able to vote. Although, I guess that's not what I should be considering. I do need to keep a powerful Sunni ulama for the power block, but it's not demandingly necessary. We could do census suffrage, just to reduce the ideological incompatibility. I guess that kind of depends on, do I want to risk having a notable trade union? Well, I guess a notable trade union wouldn't be that problematic in the long run. And we can always reform as time goes on. The difference is that we lose some authority. We can always change our laws later. Let's go for census suffrage. That will let us get more reforms pushed through. I have legitimacy. I will take it. This is a perfect time for legitimacy. Oh, arrogance giving -10 legitimacy. Right. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, game, for making this even harder than it already is. Level 2 advanced research. I do want to conquer them, but, you know, if it comes to it, I might just invite them in and leave it at that. How is Russia doing right now? Their army is a bit smaller, actually. I don't think they had a debt crisis or anything, though. The Great Reformer is in charge, though. So, I was going to say, we might be seeing a Russia that gets off traditionalism soon. They actually did just get off serfdom not that long ago. Very recently, actually. So Russia is starting to modernize. Although we have an army. If we joined, could I... No. I mean, if they were willing to become my subject, I would absolutely jump in. I could make Persia a puppet, but I think they still have some conquests they're doing. Then again, we do want to annex them at some point anyway, so maybe it doesn't matter that much. Let's wait. I would like to get Egypt annexed first before they become a problem, so we'll focus on Egypt. Because if I make Persia a puppet now, Egypt's liberty desire goes up by 10. And that is not in my interests. Gold authority. That would just knock us to 0 success chance, so we kind of take a hit no matter what there. Can't really win. Don't know if they'll form into Romania anytime soon. See if they do. Like for them to. Egalitarianism. Not that we plan to be egalitarian, we just need to make a few different ideologies appear. Additional change. Oh, shoot. Prussia's going for it. And France is currently at war with Spain, so... Hey! Russia has a real shot at this. And they're my rivals, so that sucks. Ah! I couldn't really get anything out of this, though, so I'd rather just stay out of it and focus on us. Our economy. We have quite a bit of peasants, but we have more employed people than peasants now. I think it's kind of all up here is where we need to start looking and working. Could get some domestic cotton going, although apparently a lot of that already exists. Our subjects have been hard at work on that, which is good. In that case, we could address the food issue by building some fishing wharves. Not particularly profitable right now, but that is technically a way to satisfy some food needs. Our average standard of living is finally 10. Yay! We're poor still. Ooh. The papacy is starting a war. Offering to owe us an obligation. Can I... that is a tempting offer. I also just realized, yeah, home counties. Our construction pool is kind of building outside our country a bit. It's tempting, but I'm gonna just still say no for now. Oh, I'd love to make the Pope our subject. That would be the most hilarious thing ever. They're going after Lucca? What if I... No. Okay. I don't think I can really get involved in this then, because... what I want, they're kind of not granting. And if I were to start that myself... Why is this so cheap? Oh, this is investment rights, that's why. I clicked on the wrong button. Spain would probably join. Yeah. Probably just ignore that for now. I would love to beat up Austria instead. If I were to go to war against Austria, Russia's pretty much guaranteed to join, right? Yeah. Okay. Thing is, I could make them all subjects and I guess keep them split up, but it would be better to form them to one cohesive subject. At least that's what I think. Oh yeah, Hejaz is our subject, actually. Forgot about that. Wow, they are like really, really wanting this. I just said no to this and they're offering it again. Wait, we have a better army now so they can't give us military assistance? That's funny. I'd love to get investment rights into them instead. There's a protesting socialist movement. I don't know. I guess I'll accept it. They're so like they really, 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 really want this agreement, so I'll relent and give it. They can have it. I think our investment rights... Oh, wow! Britain can't cancel this until 1871. Let's go. That's awesome. I'm actually going to go ahead and build some more. Because, one, we have these investment rights, but also, two, I noticed the investment pool has been slowly growing over time. I'd like to have it grow faster. But this is probably the point where we're just going to try to build it up. But yeah, Prussia has a real shot at unifying Germany here just because France is in a two-front war. So, you could say maybe half the French army is fighting Prussia right now instead of the full army. Which does leave them in a weakened state. That doesn't guarantee anything, though. It's just a possibility. Oh, Russia embargoed us, so I'm gonna embargo them. Monument to the Sultan? Sure, why not? I think everything's going fine. Okay, Circassia's debt's actually rising, so I am just going to reduce their payments. I don't want them to go bankrupt. They're developing a can opener, though, so that's probably why. We kind of consolidated the universities into one spot, so let's spread it out a little now just to spread knowledge. Because we are below our cap. Our innovation cap, and that's actually about to grow. Wow, like... See, the thing is, though, is that since they're not our subjects, while they would be a part of it, and they're probably more willing to agree because of that plus 20. Oh, wow, 285, Jesus. I don't know. They wouldn't do much. I kind of want to, and I kind of don't at the same time. It's a weird feeling. I guess we can make them all subjects. That's an option. Austria's like... Really? Austria's gonna intervene for this? The Dominion of India. Oh. It's not critically important. We'll deal with it at a later point. I guess we could keep the Romanians split up too. That's an option we could also do. Just realized, I'm pretty sure I have a claim on Serbia, don't I? Huh, that's funny. Maybe we'll annex Serbia then. Since we have the claim. I think we have claims on... No, we don't. Okay. Oh, the Russians have become reconciliatory. That's funny. Unfortunately for them, I'm not. Unfortunately for them, I am not. Actually, there's relations with Qing there. Oh, they're antagonistic again. I guess they heard me. they heard me talk and they're like, okay then. In that case, we'll just stay at perpetual Cold War with you. We really need to get better construction. We need mechanized workshops. There's so much stuff that we still need. Let's do this. Let's get pharmaceuticals to get public healthcare going. And then we'll get mechanized workshops to boost the economy, and then modern sewers to work towards steel frames. We're gonna be behind here, but... Oh, wow, yeah, no, they're... Whew. The Caucasus? The Caucasus, yep. Oh, they declared war on Persia, too, so they just kind of yanked Persia into this. There is a real risk Austria joins, but if Austria joins, I'll just pull my allies in. Oh, yeah. Persia does have claims to these regions. And we're not annexing them yet. We could use... This is actually a good idea. We could use it to claim those areas for a very, very low infamy cost on their behalf. Ooh, I like that. Because if I had tried to take any of those, it would have cost me far more. Like, cars is 6.5. It's more expensive than what those are. Let's take Dagestan, because then it will cause the breakup, so then the states we don't take in the war will just break free anyway. Oh, they never took the Russian-American company. Humiliate. Would humiliate knock them out? Great power status? Probably not. They have diplomatic overreach, though. Definitely adding war reps. We're at 69 still. We could liberate Ukraine as well. Although we just invade it later. If we liberate Ukraine, that would hurt them quite a bit. Yeah, and then we're gonna seize... It's gonna be a bit expensive, but Bessarabia? And probably just take... Yeah, you know, we'll do that too. How much do I have left? 14. Let's take the Broja, then. In that case, I won't add anything new to the construction queue. It does kind of make us a bit infamous, though, which I don't like. But with Persia being pulled into this war as well, that's some extra divisions. They're not good divisions, but they are divisions. The Russian army... I think I could get away without doing conscripts. I might need conscripts. Hi there, Austria. How you doing? Oh god, wait, oh, I messed up. I used up all my maneuvers. I can't even call on my allies, so I'm now reliant on my allies just unilaterally joining of their own will, which they could, but I doubt that they will. So that's problematic. We, kind of forgot about that. Yeah, let's call up all the conscripts then. Which is nowhere near the amount it was before because of our changed professional army. Though some areas seem to have grown since to where they can supply another conscript here or there. We're just kind of relying on our regular army, which at least is made up of skirmishers now. Still suffers in getting ammunition, which is very problematic, but, you know, at least they're skirmishers now. Okay, so Prussia wasn't able to fully do its German unification. It did white peace, but it was able to annex a decent chunk of the German minor states, which is still an achievement on its own. You know what? If they're just gonna leave this front line vulnerable over there, I'm just gonna push then. Same over here. If they're just gonna leave it vulnerable to us, I'll just push. Really wish we had triage, though. Russia's redeclared the rivalry. Why'd you undeclare it? We weren't friends to begin with. But yeah, if I can just punch through here and occupy Austria, we can make Austria capitulate quicker. There's no target on them in the war goal either, so they'll probably capitulate sooner than others. Or at least there's nothing that we have to do to hold them in. Or keep them out, or whatever you want to say. Yeah, no. The offensives were actually not a good idea. We really should just hold the line. And I'm actually going to move them out of Circassia here, just because I need to hold the main line, and also because I don't have the convoys for all of this. Otherwise, I won't be able to import the ammunition that we need. Circassia might fall. But I think, yeah, they're also targeting Kuban, Persia, Cyprus, so they have to push into our area proper. Which they are, unfortunately, succeeding in doing because they have the Austrian army supporting them. That's why I'm hoping to make the Austrians capitulate. Or they make me capitulate. It's a shame our allies didn't join, but maybe they'll start a war. A separate war. All the gun rates defaulted at least, not that that means much. The Ottomans have no debt. The Austrians have a tiny bit of debt. And hey, after 30 years we can think about a company, isn't that cool? Opium and tea would be awesome, but I'm honestly just gonna do... I'm just gonna do the metals. We'll just do that, get that going. We're pushing in against Austria, but that's kind of not where I need my success to be right now. I mean, I guess I do. But we're kind of losing here. Wish I had Egypt in this fight, but I exempted them. So we're having... This is why I haven't been able to annex Egypt, and maybe I should have bit the bullet sooner. Whenever we get into a war, our prestige is dropping because of the conflict, and then their liberty desire skyrockets because of it. Which is really unfortunate, because it kind of puts us in a state of limbo. Where we can't annex them, but they also aren't revolting yet. Okay, we're winning some of these fights, that's good to see. The fact we're winning some of them and that Bulgaria is not being occupied anymore is a good sign. I think it means they're at least losing steam. And we've somewhat pushed into Austria, which at least gives us the occupation war exhaustion ticker. Once Austria's out of this will be easier. They're at least taking more casualties than us, which is a good sign. The fact that that's happening is making me feel better about this. By a little, at least. Oh, Greece just started a war against us. And they're targeting Egypt because they're targeting Crete. So Russia might join that. We might have a prolonged war against Russia. But you know what? That's fine. I'll take this as an opportunity to annex Greece. But that means I really need the Austrians out of this war. Like, very quickly. And the good news is they are about to capitulate. Russia did join, so we will use this just as a continuation war against Russia then. There we go. Austria being out of the war is almost 300 battalions just gone. I'm actually going to move our main force over to the actual front and let Egypt take care of Greece. They are offering me a white peace, but I'm not accepting this. They just joined us in another place. We're going to be at war regardless. In fact, make sure we take... It's going to bump our infamy so high. Let's make sure we take all the Greek states just to end Greece in its entirety. Add Russian humiliation. We could do regime change, although we shouldn't. We could liberate Poland. It wouldn't do much to Russia. It's just a matter of breaking Russia up. Yeah. We could add that. Yeah, there we go. The disadvantage is pretty equalized now, although it looks like the Russians have gotten skirmish infantry, unfortunately. So let's hold for the moment. How much of their army is on the front line? Their whole army? So, let's do this then. Because I do have these straggler units I wasn't really utilizing that are just kind of around. We will combine them together, form a division, and we will see if we can either land in the Russian capital or pull a bunch of their units away from the front line in a panic. If we invade their capital, they'll just capitulate. We can kind of do construction again, but I've been kind of holding off on that just because we're kind of fighting a big war here, and losing it would really suck. If Russia doesn't stop the naval invasion, we're just going to walk right into their capital and they'll surrender. Ah! Days of darkness. So, here comes the potentially highly painful penalty. Okay, there we go. They're pulling some divisions away. Not as many as I would have hoped. But any divisions they pull away makes this easier. I know I'm kind of semi-death warring this, but I've just got to take the opportunity to knock Russia down a peg here while we have the chance. Better than nothing. Let's do... yeah, do that. We're gonna have to do the expenses here because this is the really bad one. Nope, it's the weakest one. Okay, that's not too bad. It's only -10 at worst. Donation knowledge. Exile at the gates. Nope, you are a part of the landed gentry, whom we do not wish to support. There we go, we got census suffrage now, so that's nice. Work on that public health care next. Labor movement exists. We're in an election period right now. No, when is our next election? 1870. Okay, so we had it pretty recently and I didn't notice. We'll go ahead and change the government up again because the Sunni ulama would easily pass public health care without any difficulty. I feel like we're pushing the Russians back, but only slightly. It's not really going that well. And we're not landing either, which is a problem. Pulling a big division isn't going to work because we don't have the ships for it. And economically, we're kind of slowly slipping, but not that badly. We've at least gotten clothes down to a price that's actually affordable. Which is good. I think there's just so little infrastructure, no one can get enough troops in to push, and everyone's so exhausted now. We're kind of pushing in an area here and an area there, and that's why I'm not relenting. Letting it continue. Let's actually, even though this will probably cause Circassia to fall, let's pull our army off it and try to just shove in. Although, we have to take all the way to Ukraine, don't we? Yeah. Oh, there we go. Greece is gone. We're definitely going to incorporate this territory. There will be no Greek puppet state, I'm afraid. At least means any allies that have been fighting there will fight up here, but I don't think there were any fighting down there. Trying to see if we can push this quickly enough to... Yeah, there we go. Push them out of our land a bit here. I might have to just go for the white piece at this rate, but I really don't want to. I really want to bulldoze them over here. I would like to get militarized industry just to get balloon reconnaissance for fighting, but I think we'll just go for food standardization. Get our pop growth going, because it is so low, we're actually losing. We're actually below our maximum number of pops now. We're at 28.1, we're at 28 now because of the war casualties. Yeah, I'm gonna have to accept the stalemate at this point. I was hoping to punch them in and knock them out, but it's not working. And I know we're in this other war here, but I imagine this is about to end too. Oh, actually, no, they can win this because they're just looking to humiliate us. Where did the Navy go? Why is it over here? Maybe I should have just kept fighting the war anyway then, but at this rate, where we were just getting nowhere, the fact they're holding any territory at all is unfortunate, but oh well. I can naval invade to liberate one spot though, but they've got other pieces. Are a bit of an issue. Oh, they're dealing with a revolt now. Ah, that revolt was ill-timed. I could have won it then and there. I'm not sure. I think we could have won that, but circumstantially, we just weren't really making any of the progress that we needed to. Actually, see, now we're kind of pushing in, and that makes me sour. That makes me want to reload. That makes me really want to reload because I gave up there. But you know what? I'm just gonna deal with it. I made the mistake. I should have kept the death war going, but I didn't know there was gonna be a revolt that would drag 100 divisions away from the front line. It's kind of hard to know that kind of stuff. Unless you're pretty much spying on the enemy 24/7, I guess. I feel like we can liberate Poland now, but it's just not worth it. Let's just get out of here because our budget is dying. But we've eliminated Greece at least, which is something, I guess, but it's not what I was planning for. I really, really wanted to annex Egypt like a decade ago at this point. I was planning to have it annexed by the 1850s, and now we're just kind of stuck with it. At this point, I'm just going to make Persia a puppet. Because it's just taken so long to get Egypt now, I may as well make Persia a puppet and enjoy the money I can get from that. If that's something we can use. We'll definitely research triage next. It's evident that we need it. The less casualties will allow us to win those fights. And this way we can at least pull Persia into our wars and use them. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get Egypt annexed by the end of this episode. We're gonna have to try another time. Which is fine, we can do that. Won't kill us, it's just kind of like, aw, really wanted it. Yeah, for states we had claims to, these are taking time. Oh well. Let me get rid of all those trade routes that we can't utilize. Why did we have these? Oh, these are the trade routes Greece had, I see. These are a bunch of trade routes Greece had that just kind of carried over. That makes sense. Promotion, escaping fugitives. French Senegal, French Republic. I still haven't gotten all of Algeria though. It's unfortunate. Yeah, I guess they don't have the relationship because they're not forming it still, but that's whatever. To form Romania. Oh, yep, there we are. The census suffrage is really kicking in now. The Freedom and Accord Party is easily in the lead. Although it helps that the Conservative Party appears to be suffering from negative momentum. So that's helpful. Amazon Metals. Actually owns some in the Punjab Hills. I do see our bureaucracy's gone negative thanks to everything we've been doing, so... Let's build some in states where they have... Oh, our literacy's over 50%. Nice. Actually, it's time to build more universities again as a result. But yeah, my direct control goals are to at least annex Persia, the Caucasus, and Egypt, as well as the Arabian Peninsula. That's what I'm thinking. Beyond that, I'm not certain. We do have a contested government again, but one that we can actually make some change with. Path to liberalism just finished. Could try to end slavery. The pro-slavery movement also always gets very high activism when that happens. Super high activism, really. Just to threaten a potential civil war. I would like to restrict child labor for more education. There's a lot we could do here. What time are we at right now? 2:33? We could keep going. We could keep going for another half hour, I think. I feel like we didn't reach some of the goals I was wanting to, but on the other hand, we are doing remarkably decently, considering the circumstances and the nations we're fighting. We could be doing a lot worse. That stalemate, I wish we had won it. I think I should have stuck with it in the end when I backed out there. I kind of broke. Because liberating Ukraine and all the Caucasus here would have just decimated Russia. Probably lose a good fourth of their population pool. But there's always next time after we have triage researched. Don't know how I'm going to get off legal guardianship. That's going to be tricky. Let's try to restrict child labor, see if we can't get education up. You see we're running a pretty hefty deficit on... Yeah. Let me drop that a little, make them less angry. There we go. Swayed by call ally, I see. At this rate, we'll probably be annexing Persia first before we annex Egypt. Which I can work with. Just weird. I should exempt them from service and reduce payments just to get that liberty desire down. As time's going on here, we won't really need them to fight for us. Do this and then get steel frames. Oh, you know, I just realized we're building up bureaucracy. I forgot to switch over the filing system. Yep, that works. That's a lot better. Oh, wow. Oh, the dog goes of interest. What are you guys looking at? Okay, so I did just notice that Tunis went against France. That's very bad because Tunis might get eaten. Yeah, that's what I thought. Tunis was going to get eaten, so now we're going to have to go to war against France. Yay! At least we actually built up the army. Why is it always France gets in the way of everything? It's always France. Not that they can reach Tunis, but they'd probably just naval invade, wouldn't they? Yeah, through Togur. Yeah, no, they can reach them. We could just liberate Algeria. That would rip this whole thing out from them. I want to maintain good relations with them, but if I do this, does that force them out of it? No, they can't because they're Dominion sides of Great Britain. I guess I'll have to agree, but I also have to join in on this then. French Senegal. Ooh, Uruguay could be fun. We could probably naval invade that, couldn't we? Oh yeah, we could totally naval invade that. That wouldn't be a problem. It'd just be weird of us. Oh, Mughal uprising. Neat. I'll add that treaty port again, see if they can't do it. And then I don't know with France. French Senegal, it could be fun to seize that. Taking a state is something else we could do, but it just, the infamy cost is what I'm thinking about. Just seizing Algiers itself is almost 35. God. Nope, let's go for the liberate goal on Algeria. Should make sure to activate triage while we're at it. System's level 2 now. Let's try to get that up more. Actually get the people to fight these wars. The population definitely needs to grow. It's been not quick, that's for sure. Not quick at all. And we're just gonna try to liberate Algeria. This is really just to protect Tunis, though, so honestly, I'm down for a white peace. But we'll see. Alrighty. And evangelize here too. Oh. Yeah, I think we'll win this war just fine. It's just expensive. Having to run high taxes consistently. And we still don't make our own ammunition, which is really, really dangerous of us. Get that minus 10 mortality from food standardization. Now we're at 1.51% pop growth, so we are actually growing the population here. I don't think Britain's gonna win that, and if they don't, that's fine. It's whatever. It's whatever if they lose. Trying to not go too silent here, but I'm kind of just trying to focus a bit on what's going on. Labor movement getting stronger would be nice, but I don't think it's going to happen for a long while. I know we're not constructing again, just because I've been letting the private pool kind of do it a bit, and then I jump back in. We'll get a lot of our wood problems solved here. Oh. That game just slightly froze for a second there. Made me worry. What is happening? Why are we suddenly struggling so much? Ah, I see. They've fought to their deaths. Go ahead and use that small, quote-unquote, elite division for that invasion, see if that helps. Oh, nope, it just fell. Fair enough. That works too. Well, I've taken Togurt now, but just because of the hole that opened up. Which is a bit unfortunate, so Togurt will probably get annexed, but then if we win after and Algeria is liberated, it'll just be a part of the liberated Algeria, so that works. I think we control what we need. No, we don't. Not yet. Oh, we just lose all the... Ah, well, that sucks. And all of our troops are immediately sent back. That really sucks. I thought we had that in the bag. Surprised that it went this way. Something went wrong at some point. A lot of our troops ended up dead. I guess while fighting, we just bled a bunch, and then France has probably gotten a bunch of conscripts up. Oh yeah, they've conscripted really hard. Not that we have many conscripts to use. I'm pretty sure our conscript numbers have gone down again because, you know, some of those wars, so many people died, our population actually shrunk a little. Oh, no, of course we're rolling blunder. That's the last thing I want to be seeing right now is us rolling blunder. Because at this rate, we are going to lose Tunis. Okay, that's better. Camouflage is much better. Blunder really hurts. Good visibility, very nice. As long as my generals know what they're doing, we can be fine. I'll take the white piece in that case, then. And then we'll send one division over to try to get our treaty port, but I'm going to disband most of them because I need to let the army build back up again. Because once again, our prestige is probably too low to keep Egypt down. Yeah. Man, Egypt is really busting us here. I should have just eaten the infamy that would have cost to annex them long ago. Would have done it if I had known better. Oh well. Got baking powder at least. It's something, which is better than nothing. And making sure all of our stuff over here has been changed over properly. All of our production methods. There you go. Could use explosives. I don't know if we have any yet. I'll introduce it into the coal mines. That way they're starting the process. Yeah, I'm just gonna back out of this war, I think. Because it doesn't look like they're gonna get it in time. And I'd rather focus on rebuilding. Oh, I see. That's why reinvestment hasn't really gone anywhere. It's because the multiplier for reinvestment's been going down as our economy's been growing. So we're just kind of stuck with it. Well, the Egyptian economy is doing fairly well. That might be why they've been able to keep up with us prestige-wise. What would probably solve this, and maybe I should have done this sooner, is we probably just need to really upsize the Navy here. Not that I think we have the training for all of that, but hey, we can do it. Is this just another day, another revolt? Yep, another day, another revolt. Poor Britain. Or us, we've been running it on debt non-stop this whole game. But we're alive, and our standard of living is no longer atrociously low. Who's the highest standard of living? That's why everything's red. It's that usual stuff where everyone's in the government, so the wages go up indefinitely in one tiny city-state in the British market. So it's fake. Their success is fake. That's what I'm gonna say. Wow, coal got really expensive. Iron mines and pop consumption. Fair enough. We can build those up, no problem. As soon as we get the navy built up, of course. An embargo. I guess we could do that. They're still rival to us? Yeah. Might as well then. The intelligentsia less upset. Torrential rains again. I knew it was coming back. Oh. Thought we had that guy. Not a lot of agitators we can be purchasing, so to speak. I guess we'll invite the industrialist market liberals since it'll help fuel the modernization movement a bit. Because they at least want to end child labor. Hang on. Kind of broke my menu there. There we go, all fixed. Oh, we had 33 months on our construction. Okay, at this point, I'm just gonna bite the bullet here. It's gonna be expensive. We might go to very high taxes, but the economy needs to roll. Although we have less than 2 million peasants, so there's not too much of an economy to roll. And Britain did revoke our investment rights, unfortunately. Well, we could go for mutual rights. Wow, what is happening over here? Oh, right, the British are just putting down another revolt, so same as usual then. Yeah, Egypt is managing to maintain enough prestige that they're managing to stay above us, which is unfortunate. And an annexation war against them now causes a guaranteed pariah status. And I've actually invested so much into Egypt, I've created my own problem without meaning to. That's kind of funny. And weird. Can we end slavery? Maybe. The pro-slavery movement would become very militant, though. What about the ulama? Why are they so upset? We have a bunch of type modifiers they don't like. And then the current leader... them is wrathful, so... Okay, I'm starting to figure out why that's not working, then. I don't think we can do it, but let's try to ban slavery. I think the movement will get too strong, but we can try to do it anyway. Militant, 84%. No, we might actually be able to do it, maybe. We'll see. Because that would weaken the local governors a little more and end slavery. Yeah, it's probably better in the long run if we do that. 2% pop growth, so we're at least growing at a much faster rate now. We're just a bit sluggish at the same time. I do know that once their liberty desire is low, the cost to annex them drops a lot, but we can never get Egypt down to low because, again, prestige. Here's hoping building up the Navy resolves that issue. We've got steel frame construction unlocked now that I can use it. I'm actually going to research organized sports for once, solely just to get the prestige bonus. Something I would pretty much never do in any other circumstance. And yet we're going to do it here. Pro-slavery movement's trying to revolt. Not surprising. Germany's going to war against France. And I don't think I can jump in on that at all. I could, actually. The French would not... Oh, wow, the Russians joined it. I saw that. The Russians joined. And the German army is actually huge. Actually, that 17k prestige from it, that's actually terrifying. Well, good luck, France. You're gonna need it, because you're gonna die. Alrighty. Yeah, there'll be a lot of ships for building up, but we do need them. Build works for army defense, that's not bad. That'll help us a little. And we can push up to Luxembourg back down to its revolt. Can get level 4 education now as well, at least. And maybe we'll just do that. I'm sorry, there's so many events firing off right now. We just got a stall event with slavery, unfortunately. Yeah, there we go. Now annexing Persia is only 24 infamy instead of like 80 something. And if I annex Persia, we could at least grow us that way. Although they will probably resist the annexation. 25 chance. No one of note would join against us, so let's go ahead and do it. Ah, yes! Persia, a 25% chance, and Persia just simply said yes. Sure, we'll join the empire. We'll become one. And since we have the same heritage, the Persian homeland will be easy to annex, but Afghanistan's going to be closer to 20 years, which is unfortunate, but we'll deal with it. Then there's their puppet that they left behind that we should annex at some point, but we'll deal with it at a later date. Then we'll go ahead and turn all these over, all the production methods, to bring them up to speed. Our GDP skyrocketed to 44.5 million or so, and population's at 41 million now, so this is great. Obvious downsides, we're not getting the money from them anymore. They don't exist now. Ooh, petition march. This might be good. Yeah, we could do it for the loyalists. Okay, what technology next? What next? Now that we got the organized sports, and now that we have would like to get joint stock companies, just to get another company rolling around on resources. What we'll actually do is we'll grab shrapnel artillery, that way we have better artillery in the long run here. Persian army is also our army now, which is good. Oh. Let's build this army a bit with some armed forces generals. Theocrat from the Sunni ulama, that seems fine to me. Not who we're aiming for, what we'll take it, but yeah. Persia being annexed is great. It does spike up their liberty desire for a bit here, which is a little unfortunate, but, you know, we'll deal with it. So that's going to give us the higher prestige, which might make this fine. Let's give the Egyptians some knowledge. That might help. That infamy is hurting us. We need some mass migrations at least, so that's cool. And it looks like Egypt's gonna last for a while longer here. That's fine. Let them be. The Roman Republic exists, so that's cool. What war is going on here? Oh, Qing's just involved again as usual. Is this the time when we get our treaty port? Probably not. We're gonna try anyway? Maybe. I don't really know if it's worth the 8.1 infamy I keep trying to spend, but... we'll see. We'll actually send over some divisions to Eastern Guangdong here. Because if we can make the breakout from there, then we'll be fine. Plus, we have triage now, so this will be a bit easier. Yeah, let's do that to get the enactment phase going here. Kind of remove all of this. I'm not importing any ammunition, I just realized. Thought I must have removed it without realizing it. Alrighty. So let's see. Okay, you're demanding increased autonomy, which tells me someone's backing you. Who's backing you? Russia. So if I say yes to... If I say no to this, Russia gets yanked in? Russia, who just fought a war to help Germany unify. Granted, they have a lot of people they could call up. Let's decline it. Does mean I have to pull the divisions back out, yeah. And we will play this a little more smartly. I will make sure to call our allies in. This time. Let's see. Because if we, like I said before, if we liberate Ukraine, that will break them. I need to have some left over here. A humiliation of Russia, and then let's wait so we can get the actual other units pulled in here. Not the other units, the allies. Could give them war goals too. Regime change on Russia, that'd be funny. We'll just go ahead and call both our allies in here. Oh, Britain doesn't want to join now. Probably because Britain's already in a war. But the US joining is fine. That's already a lot of troops that could be sent over time.
Oh.
Still have some points left. I guess we could also liberate Kazakhstan to break that up, or... Oh, let's add Poland. Leaves us 27. I guess we could take Russian Zaporozhye and Russian cars just for the border reasons. Let's say I don't think my army's at the front line yet. That's another thing I need to do is get this rail transport active because I keep forgetting to turn it on. Oh, I had a second army over here that I didn't bring back home. My bad. That is my bad. Raising conscripts again, as usual, as we yet again fight another war against the Russian bear. Seems to be a repeating theme that I think is just going to keep happening. This time there's no Austria to come help them no matter what. We'll see if the Americans actually ship troops over. I mean, I see some Allied movement, but some of that's probably just the British. Oh, yep, there are some Americans here of the regular army. We'll probably have to play defensively first, though. Just because the Russians are definitely going to have more troops with all their conscription. Well, we might be able to push in some areas, we'll see. Cassia's definitely falling, though. There's no stopping that. I've got Liberate War Goals on us, which is good, but those Liberate War Goals are being held by the guys we just occupied, so our ability to stay in the war isn't big. Oh. Is Qing in this war, too, or is that just coincidence? That's just coincidence, okay. I'm actually gonna capitulate out of this since there's nothing targeting us. Because I need to focus on the war with Russia. We'll actually take a decent chunk of our army here and try to invade their capital. See if that goes well, and then we'll call it here. We're gonna go over 3 hours for sure because of this, but that's fine. If we can win this, that'd be a good end for the first episode. Might not be able to ban slavery, though. We'll see. Hoping the U.S. will send more troops over. The fact they've sent any at all is something. Oof. How many people are guarding us? 95? Oh, wow. They have a lot of guys over here just guarding it already. Alright. So we're probably not going to get the naval invasion. And actually, I just remembered something. There is a way to gimmick it with the AI a bit. I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner. Ah, the Baltic government's not in the war. That's why I didn't think of it sooner. Alright. In that case, we'll just invade the Polish side of things, where their army is less prepared. Now we've landed. Ooh, reformer. With intelligentsia. Once again, not building, because once again, I'm focused on a war. Oh boy. Oh, I guess that's fine. Focusing on the war is a decent excuse. Wish we had this breech-loaded artillery sooner, but at least we just got it now. And we have to research modern nursing. We have access to opium, so the extra 20% recovery rate you can get from it would be really big. Now that they've sent a bunch of troops up there to stop us, I think now we can try to actually push. Especially since now we'll have that shrapnel artillery. So we'll have that extra offense. Plus the extra kill rate, but that's not going to guarantee victory on its own. It might, but it might not. We'll see. The idea is hopefully these troops over here in the separate pocket can just distract those 100,000 or so Russian soldiers long enough for us to advance into Ukraine. Although we might go broke at this rate before then, so we're paying a lot of money for it. Well, we've been paying money all game. I guess it's nothing new. Although the investment pool is not doing great, its multiplier kept going down, so it's kind of below 60k again, which is unfortunate. But I guess some good news is that it can't go lower now. It's reached the bottom. So at least it can't get worse. Is what I say now until it gets worse later, I'm sure. Somehow. Oh, we can get so much opium thanks to Persia. Persia's going to be such a good I wanted to say bread basket, but more like opium basket? We'll have to make some cotton for sure, and silk and all that. Shame we can't make coffee. Coffee would be really good. We really need more coffee. I can definitely invest into the opium plantations, that's for sure. We're kind of advancing in some areas, but I don't know how long it's going to last. This is a UA uprising. Oh, against the Portuguese. That's funny. I mean, if they're just gonna let our pocket over here suddenly have the advantage, I will go ahead and push. Yeah, I'm not backing out of this one, even if debt gets precariously close to my head. It's pretty clear that we're winning this now. The only issue at risk is that there's nothing keeping us in the war now, so we can eventually capitulate out of it. But it also means there's nothing that we stand to lose if we capitulate. Oh, we've distracted some of their divisions. Ah, not anger at the front. Okay, we didn't get the negative morale roll from that. That's good. That negative morale roll would have really sucked if it happened. I don't know why I've got Ingria targeted. They're pushing south instead. Unfortunately, we still need to take Ukraine and Poland, which requires their capital states. At this rate, we are going to capitulate. Darn, why couldn't they have put a war goal on us? So we're winning the war, but we're still going to lose because there's no war goal keeping us in. That is truly unfortunate. I mean, at least we're preventing them from winning against us, I guess, but, you know, and not really winning either. And the problem here is that the Liberate war goal requires us to control everything. We have to control every state that would be released. Which makes sense, but it means that we're not going to win this, unfortunately. Our naval invasions don't work, so we can't do that. If we send something large, they just counter it. And now that the other guys capitulated, maybe I shouldn't have allowed them to capitulate. There's nothing keeping us in the war. And after enough time, our war support difference is just too great. Let's try anyway. Last ditch effort. Because we're going to have to call it after this. I will research dynamite. Because we do want to get our dynamite going there. In our mines. To make it more productive. Yeah, they just slap on a bunch of units to stop us. And the Navy comes out to stop us. It's gonna take too long to punch through. Or devastating their regions, at least, I suppose. There's that. Unless we take their capital super fast, which is not gonna happen, we can't win this. Yeah, there's no point in continuing this. We're not gonna win it. It's neutral, but that's twice now that we had the opportunity to break Russia up and just cripple it, and twice we couldn't. The first time because they gave up too early, the second time just because there was no war goal on us, so we were just doomed if we didn't win it fast. Although, God, our debt got really high. So this is not going... This is not going as I had planned. I was hoping by now we'd have the Caucasus and Ukraine liberated here, so Russia would just be a non-factor and we could focus on Austria. But it said we're like in a stalemate position where we can't break them, but they can't break us either. Which I suppose is a step up from the starting Ottoman situation where Russia can just come knock down your door. We have better recovery right now, at least. There we go. Okay, let me get everything set up before we go here. I know our construction has been very lopsided. It never really gets finished. Our reinvestment is still falling, which is puzzling me now. I don't think our economy is doing that badly that reinvestment should still fall. But I guess we're just having issues with prices, maybe. I'm not too certain behind that. Egypt is maxed out on its liberty desire once again because of everything. Oh, Egypt, I wish you were annexed already. This would be a lot better if Egypt wasn't a problem. We have the peasants to develop all the way in Persia, at least. Of course, the literacy rate is going to leave much to be desired in some states. And the grain supply is not good. We do have to designate some states to just specifically grow grain. Like Southern Serbia would do, actually. I'll set up some of those now before we go here. Just areas where we can't grow other viable crops like cotton. Unfortunately for us, we can grow a lot of crops that are not grain in a lot of places right now. I just have to kind of jump through and look at a lot of them. As for opium, can't really export it for profit. I do know that some of these dye plantations in Persia get bonuses, so that's cool. Those would be good to invest in, too. Iron is actually cheap. Probably cheap enough that I could probably export it to improve the economy. Maybe that's what we need to be doing. Is exporting our iron rather than importing it. Same with the coal, now that we've been... Yeah, that's probably what we need to have been doing. That would have gotten the economy rolling better. But, you know, we're in a weird situation. It's not exactly in our favor, but it's not exactly against us either. We're just kind of in between, so to speak. But what we can kind of do now is build up Persia, build up Afghanistan, get the mines there going, get various cash crops producing, and employ all those peasants, and that should help the economy roll quite a bit here. And Persia we incorporated soonish, that'll make it a lot easier. We have reached 50 million GDP at least. We have the 5th largest economy. We are struggling. We're definitely not going to get as much as I would like by 1936. But I would say we're doing fine. We annexed Persia. Egypt's a subject at the very least. And we've prevented Russia from annexing Circassia. If we could get Dagestan here gone, we could rip all of this out. That would just be really nice to have. The Caucasus with the oil. And then liberating Ukraine to later invade it, that'll be great. It would rip out enough of their strength. Russia has modernized economically, so it is building up, but we have surpassed it in GDP. Our literacy rate is still higher than theirs. They don't have schools. They do have charity hospitals, though, I just noticed. But we'll see how that goes. I want to check around a little bit at various countries, see if anyone's going to have a civil war. I don't think so. I think people are relatively stable. Let me see if this voting to ban slavery passes first before we end it. You'd actually get a new pack. The Straits option. I'm gonna regret this, but let's get level 3 Divine Economics. We're at 1878. We might as well. If you didn't notice that our government wages just spiked, everything kind of just spiked up, actually, so we'll see what that does. Because everyone who is following the state religion just got a pay increase. So that could actually hurt us tremendously here and bankrupt us, but I figured it's 1878, our economy should be able to handle it now, right? Probably not. Why is... Oh, I'm in Russia. I was trying to figure out why we had aristocrats. That's not my government administration building. The higher standard of living might help. We did ban slavery. So we've got that going for us, but now I've got this issue where I'm going to have to raise taxes because I raised wages. So we raised taxes and wages at the same time. So nothing really changed except maybe some people went up a standard of living. Maybe. Per capita would get us... Yeah, you know what? We'll try to pass, not per capita, proportional taxation. That would help us a fair bit here. Apparently the parties have changed hands too, better or worse. Well, that's okay. Pro-slavery movement will start dying out. It is just going to kind of start losing all of its strength. And vanish as time goes on here. I'd love the local governors to just cease to exist so they stop destroying our tax income. But we'll see when that happens. I'm sure the investment will buy all this stuff we've been building as well. I don't think they've been buying it up as much as they could have, because I think some of it wasn't set to... Yeah, some of this wasn't set to be sold. So we'll see. Maybe they can help pay off our debts. No, it's gotten worse now. Reinvestment's now fallen to 43,000. I'm not sure. Actually, no. I know why reinvestment fell this time. We did just cause everyone's wages to go up. That makes sense. That's my fault then. I don't know if doing that was a good idea either, because we're running an even higher deficit now. Well, we also increased our taxes, so we'll see how that goes, I guess. I know we're at least exporting so much that we no longer have the convoys to export, so that's good. We can at least build those up. Worst case scenario is that we might stop constructing here, but our private investment pool just doesn't have the potential. We might have messed that up a little. Oh well. Private construction all the way, I suppose. At least we banned slavery and we've managed to stabilize our situations. We even got access to dynamite now. So we can at least get more of those resources for export. Although we're probably going to need explosives because our explosive industry is not that big yet. I know Britain has one. Local governorates are gone, so they're going to stop messing up the tax income on agriculture, which might help. We'll see. Kind of changed the parties again, though, as a result. It's really being thrown around there. Drop military wages. Oh, and realize taxes have been growing. Or is that just time modifier? That's just time modifiers. I guess we'll restore Egypt's subject payments just because I haven't been able to make them be annexed. We may as well just profit off of them then. Yeah, there we go. That's stabilizing it a little. The main issue I'm having is just the investment pool not keeping up. But the state religion wage increase seems to be the culprit, because now they're not making as much money overall. I wouldn't call it the main culprit, but certainly a culprit. But hey, that's fine, you know. That's the history of the Ottoman Empire. We're always unstable in perpetuity. There's always some new instability to have. Ah, the game crashed. Well, in that case, I'm going to leave this here because the game just crashed. We only lost 7 days. I hope you liked this episode. Don't mind the black screen. Everything is fine. I will see you next time we do this. I actually had a lot of fun with it. We're not doing as well as I'd like, but I think that's the fun of it is the struggle sometimes, is struggling to overcome it. Till next time.